Armstrong, you're still a minute early.
I know. Okay,
Where's
it's 30 now.
Cheesemore? I'm going to start rioting until Cheesemore joins.
You're
I'm
gonna
gonna get some alcohol. I'll be right back.
Yes,
Everyone get alcohol.
I don't have any. Welcome.
Measure. Find your alcohol with your brain and pretend you're drinking it.
I
I'm
just
gonna go
act
get.
like I'm drinking tea or something, man.
I'm gonna go get my chocolate milk because I'm 5.
God damn, I wish I had. Damn.
That's the best excuse I've ever heard.
Oh, hi, Chris.
Hello.
I was just about to welcome you. Welcome.
Oh, where's my chalky milk?
I feel like we're still missing Ryan.
Yes.
We are.
Well, looks like I'm complaining for a new reason.
Wah.
So, what I'm thinking is going to happen next
I'm
week
back.
is a rock falls onto Grognar, and now he's just unconscious. He's just unconscious now.
Why would you do that to poor Grognar?
Well, he was going to be absent-minded anyway. Might as well make him not minded. Also, that's -2 to intelligence after you wake up, by the way.
That makes me incredibly upset. I don't have much to begin with.
Oh no. I hear cheese.
Oh, this
Azure's
makes me
telling
happy.
me I'm getting knocked out by a rock and losing 2 int because of it. That'll take my 8 int down to 6 int.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
I think you're getting close to not being able to speak at that point.
I'm pretty sure it's 4 is a bare minimum for
Yeah.
speech.
You turned into a common house pet at 6.
Pretty much. I mean, isn't that what we got the certified worm tamer as right
Hey,
now?
I'm actually really smart, I'll have you know. You just can't even understand me. I'm so smart.
He's just
Welcome.
garbage smart? Street
Yeah.
smart? I don't know what to
Yeah,
call it.
That's
It's just a
wisdom.
different kind of smart that you have.
It's actually a completely different
Ooh.
kind of smart. In our world, he doesn't appear overly intelligent, but he actually is. He's seeing things on a metaphysical plane that we can't even comprehend.
So he's
Fermented
playing
smart.
He's playing 7D chess while the rest of us are playing checkers.
Okay, I got my critical fail out the way.
Damn, checkers is a. I don't like checkers, guys.
It's too complicated.
With an
Yeah.
intelligence of this 6, you'd have a trouble following trains of thoughts, and you forget most things.
Oh,
So you become
Music.
an Alzheimer's
So,
patient.
so dementia, got it.
Basically,
sad day.
What happens when you hit 4? Is that when you stop speaking?
4 is when you can use like very simple words like food, rock, and America.
America!
So yeah, 4 is the baseline for speech.
Pretty much. 3 is pretty much animal.
Oh, excuse me. Oh.
Had a lovely day thus far, Ryan.
We had one campaign, Padley, where one of our party members got caught in feeble mind.
Yeah.
Put it int and wisdom to 1.
Oh God.
Oh,
Ooh.
you don't know how to breathe anymore?
Yes. According to the DM, all he knew how to say was his own name.
Wait. He turned into a Pokemon?
Pretty much.
Ryan, what is your icon now?
And his character annoyed us so much that we just kept like the DM was like, "Do you guys notice anything odd about him?" Nope, seems normal to us. Yep, normal.
I like how you capitalized the A so we can say it right.
Gamera.
Gamer.
Gamera.
I love how he's wide-eyed as fuck.
Ah!
Yeah, that's a picture of Gamera.
He also looks chonky as hell.
He's very
Alright.
chunky.
I gotta look at.
He's either getting off or dropping a deuce. Ah, yeah.
Ah.
Los.
I still like Buff Eggman.
Still terrifying.
Did you say buffet, man?
No, Buff Eggman.
Buff Eggman, yeah.
I wish Jim Curry went that route.
I don't know. He was pretty great in that movie.
I
I
still
haven't
haven't
seen it yet. I kind of do want to see it for the hell of it.
It's actually pretty good. I won't lie.
That's what I heard. I heard it's like surprisingly good.
Jim Carrey is like a vintage Jim Carrey performance.
That's exactly what I wanted. That's all
Yes.
I wanted.
Yeah, after the they had the whole issue with them having the really messed up looking Sonic, and then they went back
Yeah.
into the editing, and they released it so it's more palatable, whatever.
Yep.
And after everyone went to see it, it's like, oh yeah, it was fine and all, but can we see the messed up version?
You know what's fucked up? The VFX company that did all of the
Oh
effects for that movie are no longer. They
Uh-oh.
went bankrupt, and
Thanks
everyone
for
lost
that.
their jobs because
Oh.
they had to redo the entire movie.
Oh, that sucks.
Yep.
But who the hell approved that design in the first place? They're the guys that should have lost their jobs.
They probably did.
His Discord died.
Oh, Jesus gone.
Okay, let's get into this once.
You weren't
Tuesday.
supposed to actually hit him with a rock. Come on.
Oh, let's go.
You get it. This one.
Welcome back.
Okay, well, hopefully my Discord won't die again.
It better not die.
Because in the middle of that conversation, everyone all of a sudden I just started hearing. Dun, 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 da, da. I'm like, huh. I don't think my Discord's doing well.
All right, do we want to jump right into it and have the recap?
Yeah, we should probably recap.
Last time on bullshit.
What do you say, Patrick?
Oh, nothing. I was just giving half long shit.
Continue.
Continue.
And by continue, I mean do it.
I was like, somebody was already doing it. Like,
Who's doing it today?
I'll flip a coin.
okay, flip a 6-sided coin.
You guys say which side you pick in chat, and I just won't look at it.
What if I just don't put it in chat, but I pick a side?
That works too.
Okay.
Or what if he just does it?
I'm confused what's happening.
Pick a side.
What side?
Of a coin.
Tails.
Tails.
Okay. Oh, just
It's a very round.
All I heard was coin, and I heard a dice roll.
That was me doing the
Yep.
dice roll.
That was a
You
very
know,
round
just do it.
coin. Very spherical coin.
Athlon, it's now you.
It's now me what?
You do the recap now. I flipped a coin. You said tails at one point. You now do it.
I'm confused.
He's saying you get to do the recap because you guessed correctly on the coin flipping.
Yes.
Wouldn't it?
Nobody else even guessed. That was a 50% chance.
We
nobody
don't
would
want
recap.
Cheese to do it. He does it so elegantly.
It's now you. He is forcing you to do it.
This
You
isn't
say
fair.
that?
You're the one recording and posting the videos. Do
Last time on Strange Times.
it. Hey.
Ew.
Our heroes decided we would go dive into the caves in which we saw Noel escape down into. Balin suggested we use lighted stones in order to mark our path. There was some chalk. Amara got fucked up by a trap. Snurp got fucked up by a spider.
Nerp.
I shouldn't have done notes like this.
Grognar cried, "Snurp's gone!"
I did do that.
We slew. Well, they slew it. I just kind of fell behind. But I did find a longsword and a tiny bit of money. While proceeding through the
And what?
caves, Womble was very
He
elegantly
dropped off his
dodging
longsword. I think
traps.
we lost him.
Ninja-esque.
The announcer
Yeah.
voice.
All right, Grognar's back. Let's do this.
Rip Dragon Ball Z.
What happened? What happened? Did I fuck up?
After
lost
Zagnar,
sword.
after Zagnar looted a lawn sword, he found some stuff behind a stone on the wall. After Wombo expertly pointed out the odd stone in the wall, inside they found 10 platinum, 5 gold, and a note describing how their pot would someday grow a nice little friend if they let it. The group quickly split it up. amongst themselves before continuing onward. Later, the group came across another cave where they found a gold necklace. Womble expertly dodged the trap again to grab the riches within. Seems like he was having a good day at this, really. They should have just let him go first everywhere. He proceeded to break the chain up into 4 pieces to give to his friends, Phelan, the Charlatan, and Gamera. And Gamera. 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 You know, you're just going to get like 8 different names by the end of this. However, it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows for the party. Even after the giant spider attack, they found a bear!
The bear!
They could barely believe their eyes as it came barreling down the cave towards them. With some quick teamwork, they managed to take it out, but not alerting of the protected knoll that they had been searching for the entire time. The group quickly scrambled after the knoll, almost getting hit by another trap in the process.
Also, expertly dodged by Womble.
Expertly dodged by Womble. Again, they should have really let him go first everywhere that day.
Just want you to know the sounds from this tunnel have been punctuated with random thwack noises, screams, and bear growls.
Grognar found the light at the end of the tunnel, which the charlatan advised him to go down. Grognar was not amused by this. And this is where our story begins today.
Already put in the first note, I can't narrate.
It's all good, man. You don't need to do it in the showy way, but it's super appreciated.
Your Discord can't do it.
Oh, yeah, that's the point.
Oh.
Yeah, but I won't be here next week, so you guys are going to have to figure out who's doing it next week.
Next time on Dungeons
This is what we're going to do. We're going to send you you're going to look at the notes, and then you're going to make a recording for us to play.
I like this idea.
Now, if only I knew how to do the recording part.
Oh my.
Get Audacity.
Leave someone a voicemail just to leave Azure a voicemail just to infuriate
Yeah, it's I like where this is going.
So, as you guys sit in this cave, as this large hole just sort of appeared in the ground, and you guys are all sort of sitting gathered, the noises around you are pretty dim. There's a bit of smell wafting through the cave because the wind's kind of coming from behind you of just, bear carcass and blood. It's pretty quiet. There doesn't seem to be any noises except for maybe an occasional sound of wind as it crosses through the cave.
And a dog.
And dog, yep.
And there are also several dogs fighting on the floor right next to you.
But are they good doggos or bad doggos?
Find out next time.
That was fast.
I won't be here next time!
Oh no.
They are bad dogs. Eat her somewhere else. Hi.
Wait a second. Is moving it by 1 day an option?
Is what?
Is moving this 1 day forward or back an option? I forget the times for everybody, but it might be.
We could talk about it after the session, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's discuss later.
So, Grognar see light.
Light. I need to find the light. Okay, creepy boy.
I'm having an off day, okay? Don't let me have it like that.
There goes Snurp. Through the wall! Oh no!
How far down the hallway are you going there, Snurp?
About here.
Okay.
What do my snurp eyes see?
Make a perception check.
That is a big fat Cinco.
Cinco?
Yeah,
you see a small speck of light down the way. It seems to be that way down the tunnel, maybe about another 60, 70 feet up, it does seem to branch off to the left, and then there is an exit. Other than that, the cave seems, about like 20 feet wide. Nothing else really stands out. It's kind of a little rugged. It still looks like it's a natural formation.
All right.
And we saw him go around the corner up here. We didn't actually see which way he went.
Oh, no, sorry. He went around the corner here, and he went this way.
Oh, so we did go this way. Okay.
Yeah, so we are going the right way.
And I would say that he probably would have seen the footprints because he saw footprints going one direction before.
The one direction footprints were up here,
Oh.
going this way. I can.
Oh, I
let
thought it
you
was
guess.
going to the right. Okay.
Nope.
Yeah.
My apologies. Ignore me.
All right, Big Man.
Now we know
Big
why
man.
the footprints were going one way.
Big Man, go get him. No, the big one.
Start moving up slowly, looking around, making sure there's no traps.
All you do one more perception check.
And I assume we have light because of Phelan.
Yeah, you guys have light. You left that torch behind though, right?
I just put it out. Like I put it back in my stuff.
Right. Okay.
There is one at the outside of the the cave entrance, though.
Womble, you're in the wall. What are you doing?
Womble. Oh wait, I
it's
mean
not good. It's
Womble.
It's 4.
Anything.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh man, my brain.
Guess
is
it
not
looks clear
good.
of traps.
Go.
Look good to Stirp.
So, who's leading the way?
I guess I'm gonna be out front. As long as I have someone with light. I'm Phelan.
Phelan, get up here.
I'm coming.
Give someone in the back a light as well, or at least give it to.
Can I go this
Give
direction?
a light to the monk.
I don't recommend it, considering we're all going this direction.
So, what's the marching order there? Are you guys bunched up like you are there?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll be in the front.
Yes.
As you guys march ahead,
Did I hear a cow?
about another 20 feet from the edge of the compound, when both of you guys didn't really notice, but there are some odd little mushrooms on the ground as you're walking along, and they seem a little out of place, and you don't really think about it, but as you step over one, you guys just kind of hear. And I would like for, I'm going to say Phelan and Xanar to make Constitution saving throws, please.
Shit,
It's
Constitution.
picking on you.
You.
Well, until you had
It'd be dexterity, but whatever.
until you had to make a hissing noise, Padley, my eyes lit up. I was like, "Hey, I
Yeah,
can
that's
spell
good. That's good. That's 22.
Okay. Phelan?
18.
Okay. As this kind of pluff of just kind of like green, purple, like pale green smoke kind of just sort of expunges from your foot, you guys both kind of take a step back, just kind of covering your mouths, and even though you inhale a little bit of it, you kind of retch a little bit in the back of your throat, but you kind of swallow it down and spit out, a little bit of bad taste. And you kind of realize, like, as you kind of prod these mushrooms, they let out a shit ton of this purple gas. It seems like whatever, and they're not really like growing here. They're kind of strewn across the floor.
Kind of booby trap.
Charlotte.
Anyone got fire?
There is, yeah, I should note too, it is about like a 10-foot deep section of them, and you guys probably stepped into one part of it.
Can we gently move them out of the way?
Yeah.
Without triggering it?
Make a dexterity check.
What?
I can hold my breath for 15 minutes straight. I could just cross across.
20, 17 plus 30, so.
20? Okay, yeah. Phelan sort of starts slowly and gingerly rolling the mushrooms aside, and even though there's a couple spots where, like, she thinks she might get a little bit of puff out of a few of them, it's nothing too bad, and she manages a clear pathway for you guys, so you guys managed to clear that pretty easy. So, you guys walk around for another, you guys walk ahead the 20 feet, and the cavern opens. It's, on the other side, it seems to be you're now in a dense forested area. Everywhere you look is basically, you can't see any signs of like civilization beyond like the rough hewn path that you guys are walking on, just like a footpath that kind of leads kind of winding off into the distance. You do see a bit of wildlife kind of in the area. It seems like a peaceful little kind of grotto type area. Birds flying overhead. The weather seems to be decent. Trying to think of what time it would be. Did you guys go into this cave when it was like morning?
No, it was like afternoon or evening.
6-ish.
Hey, actually, you guys are come out in the twilight of night then, from how much time you spent in here. Like, it just got dark.
Damn.
The stars are out. You guys hear plenty of wildlife making plenty of annoying ruckus at night.
Oh God, a whippoorwill.
What would you guys like to do?
Look for tracks.
Where'd Null go?
Okay.
Look for null tracks.
Snurp, are you doing this, or are you trying to get someone else to?
I can do it, I guess.
I can assist him in trying to find them.
Sure. Make a survival check then with advantage, Snurp.
Survival. Okay. 18.
Okay. Looking around a little bit, you managed to find actually a fistful of tracks kind of heading off along that foot trail. There doesn't seem to be any diverging from it, but there is a number of what looks like somewhat large, long, elongated, almost canine-type footprints, both to and from in the direction that you guys are going. It's a little bit too clustered to kind of tell individually which one might belong to the one that was kind of peeking on you guys. But you do see there's just a cluster of them heading along the foot trail there. It doesn't seem to be any diverge too much.
All right, I pointed out, and we follow the tracks.
Grognar follow.
Okay.
Yeah, keep an eye out for tracks.
Oh, one sec. Oh
Those are some big boofs.
We've all got some
What the hell
dogs.
was that?
Oh, let's try that again.
That would be a Great Dane.
Oh, okay.
The great boof.
I prefer the bonehead.
Craps. Remembering the crap we ran into in the caves.
Okay. You can make a perception check as you guys go along here.
I ain't perceiving shit. Hold on. Uh, 10.
10? Okay. As you walk along, you're pretty paranoid at this point. You are looking high and low, trying to spot pretty much anything. Oh, sorry. One second. I have a thought here. You are looking high and low, trying to spot anything that might be, trying to spot anything that might be a little bit out of place, any of the traditional wires or those mushrooms or anything like that. You don't think you see any, and as you guys kind of walk along, it seems pretty clear. Fortunately, it looks like they don't seem to trap too much of this area outside as far as you know, or you're just getting lucky and not stepping on them. You can't tell.
Yeah, I wasn't quite paying attention. I probably would have tried to assist her with that. Plus, I can make a separate roll.
There's none. You're fine. You guys walk along for a while, and it's probably about a matter of 10, 20 minutes of walking here, and you guys are getting a little bit tired and fatigued. It's been a longer day, but you see in the distance there seems to be some, like, this foot trail kind of starts to get a little bit more marbled, as in there's some stones in it, arranged in various spots here and there. And off in the distance, you do start to kind of see, along the tree outline, you do start to see some old ruined walls. It seems to be kind of a small little walled-in section up ahead. You can't entirely make it out, but maybe about like 300, 400 yards out, you do see that there might be some ruins, or you can't really tell what it is. But you also do see that there's a little bit of campfire light flickering from inside.
Okay, I'm thinking maybe what we should do is, I don't know about you guys, but I'm a bit exhausted from our encounters today, and I'm a little bit bruised up. And I don't think I'll be much more effective in any future fights right now. I think maybe what we should do is hunker down for the night, find somewhere safe. Somewhere not known to the gnolls, especially the one that spotted us. Then we can pick it up, maybe early in the morning, try to catch them by surprise.
Yeah, just they could, they could pack up before we're all done and move on.
I think some of us could do with a rest, but I don't know It is a risk we take either way, I think.
I think the rest is a smart idea.
And we should probably have somebody watch the camp.
Grognar can take a shift. Grognar have dark vision.
I will. I don't have dark vision. I can't see in the night. Maybe I should sit this one out.
Well, Snurp can take second watch, so that way I get Boom Boom's back for watch, and Boom Boom's back after I done watch.
I'll take third watch.
Okay.
And we can double up, well, just in case. You know what? Maybe I will join someone on a watch, for the hell of it. I'll help the first watch.
Help Grognar.
All night. Its heartbeat is beautiful.
Grognar agree. I like rub my hair through my hand through my bald head.
All right, so you guys wind up, where are you setting up camp? Just like on the road or farther away, or describe to me where you guys want to be?
Farther away.
Yes, try to get secluded, like away from the structure we saw, away from the road. Just try to find like a kind of concealed location.
All right, who's picking the campsite?
I will.
All right, make a stealth check. Not with disadvantage, because this is more about thinking.
16.
16? Okay.
So many dogs tonight.
Bork, bork, am dog. Bork, bork.
I'm glad my cats don't bark.
They just sneeze and sneeze and sneeze.
It's just the one cat, actually.
That is true.
You guys wind up walking maybe about, a couple hundred yards off to the side where that cave was. You guys do get pretty well off the road. You no longer have sight of the walls, but you figure that where you are is probably pretty safe. Just from your guess, you kind of like nestled in. There's a cliff nearby. You guys are kind of surrounded in a forest.
The trees are moving.
No fire.
Yeah, no campfire. Agreed.
Okay.
It does mean I get disadvantage, but I'm okay with that if I'm helping out.
So, you guys kind of sit here resting around, basically just an open area. You got your bedrolls out. Who's taking first watch?
I was helping
Grognar
on first watch.
Yep.
Okay, make perception rolls, both of you. Disadvantage if you don't have dark vision.
That would be me.
Oh no, Grognar only got a 10.
Well, I didn't do too good either. 8.
8? Okay. As you guys are sitting there, the night kind of goes by. The rest of your companions finally get to sleep. Nothing too consequential seems to happen. You hear an occasional hooting of an owl. A raven kind of comes down and perches nearby you guys, just sort of pecking at the ground, looking around, kind of eyeing you guys up, a little curious as to who you are. Nothing too much of note.
And while this is happening, I'm going to be like looking at the bullhorn, taking my dagger, kind of doing little carvings and etchings into it. I'm also going to make a little conversation with Grognar. Like, Grognar, after that fire, how are you feeling? That could not have been good.
Grognar been better. Grognar been worse. Grognar usually has to be the taste tester.
Sorry, I feel something spiteful, but I'm snoring. Not snoring, making little hissing noises.
I'm sorry you had to endure that. I had a similar incident a long while ago, but kind of in the past.
I just kind of give him that look of like kindred spirit. Mm.
The knowing silent bow.
Yep.
Okay, so unless you guys are going to say anything else, your guys' watch seems to go by pretty peacefully. That raven eventually fucks off. It's just kind of been poking around, looking at you guys. Nothing too much import.
I didn't have anything else to talk about.
Who is on second watch?
Snurp.
Snurp
Just
on
Snurp.
second watch? Anyone else?
Just Snurp.
I can get up and watch this. Do I go ahead and give myself a short rest?
No.
You'll still get,
long rest
still
will
get
finish
a
at the
long
end.
rest.
No, at the end.
Yeah,
Okay.
because you have 2 shifts of sleep.
Okay.
Yeah. So make perception checks with disadvantage if you don't have dark vision.
Would I get my warlock spell slot
Doesn't
back,
matter.
or would I still keep that?
Not until long rest is over.
Okay. Perception.
Normally it's supposed to kick at the very, very end of it.
13.
That was a 10.
Okay. As you guys are sitting about trying to watch out in the wilderness, you guys don't really notice anything too out of the ordinary. It seems that once or twice Owl kind of hoots, but then kind of flutters off, which seems a little bit confusing to you guys. You're not totally sure what is going on with them, but it seems that the wildlife around you seems a little bit disturbed. But then eventually they kind of come back and they start making the noises again. It's a little offsetting. You're not sure why. But you guys do find your rest, kind of just sitting in the middle of this forest with your backs to your friends, and a few of them passed out on the red rolls, and you guys' watch ends uneventfully.
Then we have a third.
Yep.
round.
I'll pass the time with Snurp, simply telling him that we're going to work on designing a Snurp battle pack.
Snurp's not sure if this is a good idea.
Okay.
All right, I'm on 3rd watch.
Just
Anyone
failing?
else? Anyone else
Alright.
up and failing? Oh.
You know what?
No
I can only be
Gamera.
So beautiful.
No
I'm joining
Womble.
in.
Can you repeat that, Womble?
I can only be so beautiful, so I'm joining in.
Oh, okay, so Phelan and Womble make perception checks with disadvantage if you don't have dark vision, please.
Now, I'm just curious because of logistics and whatnot. Would they have had their long rest?
I mean, technically, yeah, it doesn't.
Ooh.
Yes, they can mark those down.
18.
No, you know what? For the purpose of this, everyone just marks it when the whole thing's over. Just make it simple.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
What'd you get, Womble?
8.
8? Okay. Jesus. Maybe about 20 minutes into the rest, you guys do hear the birds kind of quiet down again. Womble, you just get kind of annoyed because you wanted to eat one, but they didn't come any closer enough for you to get them. Phelan, you do kind of notice in the distance at one point, you do see a little bit of movement in some of the bushes, maybe about 100 yards off. You can't 100% tell what it is, but you see a figure that's kind of moving almost perpendicular to you guys through the bushes. You can't really make out what it is from where you are.
When you say perpendicular, do you mean it's like coming
Like
towards or going away?
Like you're staring at it and it's moving sideways from you. Like if it was here, it's now moving this way.
Okay. I'm going to watch for it and see if I notice anything else.
Okay. As you're kind of sitting there quietly for...
Oh, ready.
Oh, sorry. Can you repeat that?
I mean, I have my crossbow ready on my lap.
Okay. As you kind of sit there and watch the figure, it moves through the bushes a little bit. It comes back at one point, and it kind of gets a little bit closer, and then it kind of wanders off again in a different direction. You don't really make out what it is. It's maybe about the height of one of you guys, probably about your height, but you can't really make out any details since it's so far away and it's dark as fuck. And then after maybe about another 10 minutes, you just lose sight of it and you don't hear anything anymore.
Okay.
Wait, was that our nights? Is it daylight now?
For the night is dark and full of terrors.
So, the night went by pretty quietly. It seems like they did not. If anything was looking for your camp, nothing found it. You guys can all mark a long rest as the sun kind of peeks through the edge of the trees, and you guys can do what you want with the day.
Take a long rest.
So is it like early morning, or like what time would it be?
Sun's just peeking through the trees.
I was just peeking through the trees because I think what we wanted to do was like at first light we try to go back to the structure we saw, see if we can catch anything by surprise if there are gnolls.
So before we leave, I'm gonna tell the party, hey guys, I did see something out in the woods last night during my watch. Do we want to go and look to see what it was, or
Why? Owls aren't out during the day.
it wasn't an owl?
Grognar saw a raven.
I know the difference between a bird and a creature walking around.
While we're getting ready, I'm throwing up false life.
Throwing up what?
My fiendish vigor, false life.
Oh, okay. Also, Azure, you can prepare spells if you want for the morning.
Oh, I'm very prepared.
Okay. All of you, all the people who can prepare spells get to do that every long rest.
I cast Sleep on Zagnar.
Are you serious?
I don't actually. But I had you go.
Good morning. Go back to sleep.
Nighttime.
Okay. What are you guys doing?
So, do we want to do a quick track of whatever it was Phelan might have saw, or do we just want to head straight over?
I'm gonna.
Well, at some point, the ears we cut off are going to begin.
Yeah, but it's not gonna rot in 2 days. So we cut them off yesterday.
Yeah, but the smell.
I assume we have a lid on it.
Let's go.
Ragnar have it in bag.
If everybody's okay with it, I'm gonna go over like where the thing was patrolling. If I get it pointed out to me, and I'm gonna look and see if there's any like distinctive markings that were like left behind, any gnoll fur, any more gnoll footprints.
I just gave it. Grognar just gives you the thumbs up because he doesn't have to be the one to find traps this time.
I want to help him. Oh, okay. I'll let Phelan go help.
Okay. Go ahead and either take the highest roll or roll with advantage, one of you.
Oh, scheiße.
Well, there went one of those dice.
All right. Well, I rolled a 12.
After she gets hers off the wooden floor, I'll let you know.
That dice was weaker anyway. It wasn't gonna roll perfect the first time. Second time was gonna roll good though.
What are we rolling for? Or what's the roll?
Survival.
Okay.
16.
Okay, did you guys roll separately or want to give advantage?
Oh,
I rolled separately.
Okay, so
Sorry.
what did you get, Snurp?
12.
12 and 16? Okay. Looking around a little bit, Phelan, you're not able to spot too much of anything. It seems like it's just, a standard brush. You can't really make anything out. Snurp, you do identify, after you kind of dig around a little bit, on one of the spots, you do find a muddy part where there was another one of those elongated, thin, like dog footprints.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems to be a pair of them kind of wandering basically perpendicular to where you guys are right now. Like, in other words, if they were to the south of you, they were going west.
Okay. I quietly pointed out to Phelan.
well, let's go ahead. Do we want to continue following this, or what do you think?
Snurp don't think much.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I think maybe it would be better to follow that, because if it is a gnoll, after all, the other campsite that we saw earlier might be vacant.
I'll be right back. But I also agree.
I also don't like the idea of splitting up.
No, we definitely stay together.
Okay. Do you guys follow this set of tracks then as best as you can?
Yes.
Okay. For a little while there, then, you guys do follow these. They kind of lead back. They kind of lead around quite a while before they seem to come back around. And it seems to be that it was kind of like a U-shaped path. And then eventually they do kind of lead back towards the trail after kind of winding a couple more times. I'll say, Snurp, since you're tracking it, make an intelligence check.
Oh boy. Okay, 13.
13. You're not totally sure, but it almost looks like they were lost, whoever these were.
Okay.
It looked like he'd not know where he's going.
They do lead back onto the road, though, and you lose track of where they went at that point. But it seems like they were heading towards the structure that you guys had seen earlier, before you lost track.
Well, wasted time. Do we go to the structure now?
Yep.
Okay. So, do you guys just walk straight up to it, or how do you approach it?
Yeah,
Carefully.
no. Yeah, carefully through the tree line,
Wait,
preferably.
when we were looking at it, like, what was the structure look like? Was it? Like, how was it arranged again? The setup.
From what you could see from an external point of view, since it was a little while away from you guys and it was dark, you kind of only see the outlines. But it looked like it looked like the path kind of followed this marble road in through an opening of these walls. The walls were maybe only about like a few hundred feet wide, and then they seemed to go back into the forest. The walls weren't super tall, maybe only about like 10, 12 feet. Pretty ruined in certain spots, but they look kind of like an old esoteric kind of nature to them. Not really of a familiar architecture to anything you guys have seen, and pretty well worn. But you can't make out what you weren't able to make out whatever was inside of it. You just know that you saw some flickering of a campfire in the backlighting.
Hey, big man, you give Snurp boost? Snurp give on top of wall?
Give him a boost.
Let's get close to the wall first. Let's approach it in an angle that we think is the most fully. Let's actually just get it in range, have a look at it, and just make it observations and decisions from there.
Scout and then infiltrate.
Make him tall. Yeah.
Throw him at the wall.
If it looks like a good idea, then I will definitely give boosts.
Yeah, make him tall. Yeah.
Let's just have let's scout the area first.
Okay. I can do that. Which one, Scout? I don't remember meeting a Scout.
Observe from a distance.
Oh, Scout, not a name. Okay.
Grognard was also confused.
Okay, are we there yet? Are we stealthily there yet?
Go ahead and make stealth checks, the whole party. Remember, if you have heavy armor, you have to make it with a disadvantage.
What if I carried her?
You'd still be
might.
clinking. She'd still be clinking. Damn.
13.
Well, that's not great.
Also a
5.
13.
12.
I got a 10.
Who said 5?
Me.
As you guys are going along, it seems that Womble didn't really get the memo, and every now and then he comes across a puddle where he just sort of like dives onto it and kind of splashes around a little bit.
Meanwhile, Snurp just fucking disappears with his 24.
Yeah, I only got 16.
Womble, please stop that.
Didn't our party have more people a second ago? Where did that guy go? Who did I hide? Oh, look, there's another puddle.
Sploosh. You guys are probably about 100 yards away from the wall again. You do see it in the distance as you guys are having this kind of conversation where this goblin's just yelling back at the barbarian. And you see in the distance as those same walls, you can now sort of make out a little bit of the structure of them. They're pretty well intact, considering everything. There's just it seems to be some areas are kind of chipped away or fighting away. It has some beautiful, like, ornate old etching in it, somewhat in the pattern of leaves all along it. The structure is probably about 150 feet wide. You can tell the walls go back a certain distance, maybe another 150 feet. You can't really tell. But you don't really see anything inside of it because you guys are kind of at an odd angle. But you do see that there's an opening that kind of heads into the structure. But from what you can see of the inside of it, and this is not ceilinged, by the way, these are just straight up walls. From what you can see inside of it, it just seems to be a small courtyard type area. You can see like a downed tree and a couple other branches and stuff.
So
Nothing too much out of place.
How tall are the walls?
About 12 feet.
Okay. So can we get closer to the wall and see if I can lift someone up to peek on the other side, see if they can spot anything?
Lift up our tall lizard man.
Or is there a tree close enough that once somebody can climb into it and peer in?
That is true, too.
We could do
As
either
you
or.
look over Phelan, there are trees all over the walls.
Let's use the trees to scout it.
Damn.
Snurp?
Peanut.
Blue iguana.
Behind the
Do you
wall.
wanna
That was my question to the group. Snurp?
Blue iguana. Do you wanna scout from the tree or the wall?
I can't get on wall from tree.
Just break down the wall.
You'll be able to get higher in a tree than you will the wall.
You'll
So
also
you'll be
get
able-
better coverage, better protection from being spotted.
Okay, I guess I do tree.
I help
Okay.
them into a tree.
All right. I'll say Snurp, make an acrobatics check with advantage since you're getting some help.
Okay. First one's an 18. The second one is a 17. So 18.
I'd also like you to make a stealth check quick too.
Okay, so that's not with
you're doing this
advantage.
very loudly. You don't know. Actually, I'm gonna carry over that 24. You're good.
Okay, that's 24. Okay.
So let me pull you guys over to here.
Snurp,
Snurp, you're kind of. I want to say you guys are all like over here, and Snurp is just kind of sitting up in the tree, peering over. Let me get.
Like where it'd be. Yeah, that's where it should be.
So
I'm not sure how wild of the thing with all the runes drawn in the center.
wait, what? Oh, yeah.
Normally that's a bad sign.
Snurp, as you kind of peer over the ledge of this wall, make a perception check for me.
Natural 20 for a 22.
Oh, fuck, man. Nice. Very lucky, too.
Yeah.
As you start to kind of scan the area, your attention is drawn to the center where there seems to be well, the gnolls you fought before were scrawny and somewhat life, but still terrifying. This guy is pretty much a beefcake in the gnoll world, and he is currently he's got like some sort of like patchwork, but still well-polished armor kind of covering his frame, and he's sort of leaning against with a large he's sort of leaning there with a large, like almost pitch black and red trimmed spear, just sort of leaning against this wall, staring at the entrance, seemingly waiting for something. And from that perception check too, you also do see, like, as you're kind of peering around, you kind of suddenly see a fucking like random leg dangling in front of you.
Oh.
And you can see in a tree not too far from where you are, there's another gnoll that's currently just sitting in the tree, looking down at the entrance, seemingly waiting.
All right, I will look back down the tree at the Goliath and whisper,
It's a trap. It's a trap.
The iguana says it's a trap.
Rude are no like traps.
Describe the trap.
There's a big guy. A big boss man. He's in the middle, far back.
Big man in the middle, far back.
He got armor.
That armor.
And a little guy in a tree.
Little guy in the tree.
Should I pew pew? Set the trap? We set our own trap.
No. We need to figure out a plan first.
I say pew pew. You guys ambush when he comes around the wall.
Hold on. Let's think about this first. All right, guys. We know that there's at least 2 gnolls in there. I'm guessing there's more since there's one hiding in the tree.
Yeah.
Ideas.
We should set our own.
Shit. Go
Oh no, you'll die instantly. We should probably try to set up our own trap and draw them to us, and so that way we're fighting on our own terms and not theirs, since they clearly have it already set up for guests.
By the way, that's
Blue
spear.
iguana. Blue iguana, what else do you see besides the enemies?
Red.
How far does the wall go?
When you looked up there, Snurp, you did see that the wall went back another 150 feet. It seems to be fully enclosed in the back. From that natural 20 roll, you do also notice that there's a break in the wall over here that's definitely large enough to fit through. It's just kind of overgrown.
Where'd you ping?
Over. There you go.
Alright.
And the structure that the knoll's standing on seems to be etched with ruins all across it. And at the middle there is a pedestal that seems to have an empty slot where the knoll kind of is poking the spear into every now and then, just sort of boredly, absentmindedly waiting.
I spy Navi fairies.
What?
There's Navi fairies.
Yeah, there are. I'm canon.
Rhea shot down my suggestion, but y'all could push and I waltz right through the front gate, ready to sell him shit.
Good
No.
day, sirs!
We could sneak
That
around.
is a mighty fine spear you have there, but you know what it needs? An ornament.
The rest of us could sneak around if you do that.
Wait, did Snurp convey us that?
I did not yet.
There's a hole in the wall, but it's very far away.
He says there's
don't
a
know.
hole in the wall, very far away.
How far are we talking?
Further than we can run in 6 seconds.
Do we back up and then sneak back around?
Thinking that might be the best opportunity for us to counter them, but we don't know what else there is going to be over on that side.
That actually makes a bit of sense, and the fact that they'll be bottlenecked. They can only come at us 1 or 2 at a time, depending on the size of the hole.
I mean, with that logic, we could probably also take them from the front gates as well.
Yeah, and other thing is,
I'm sure the front gates will allow them to travel several abreast, so...
not to mention, if they go out if we come one way, the other way's an escape route.
What if we had one person sneak over there and head off any attackers? I mean, anyone fleeing?
Snurp already in the tree.
I think what we should do is have Grognar take this angle, so that way he can snipe anyone from a distance if necessary, but also can stop anyone in their tracks if they try to flee.
Grognar is ready for this.
Grognar born ready.
Grognar born
Sure.
ready.
Oh my god, if his opening move is a crit, I want for my beard!
So Grognar, are you sneaking around then?
Yes.
Which way are you going?
Well, that's a good question.
Way you figure it, you can either go around the back of the structure, which is going to take a little bit longer, or you can try to duck in front of the gate, which higher chance of detection, but you'll get there quicker.
I would say he should move like away from try to get around some trees, taking the shorter way though.
Oh no,
Right.
don't go in front of that gate.
Yeah, we don't want to go right in front of the gate. We just want him to at least avoid detection. But he also needs to give some sort of signal that he's in position.
Leave it.
Nerp could give a distraction while he sneak.
Then they'll know we're here. That gives away the element of surprise.
No, Snurp can make bird call or something from 30 feet away.
Do you think they'll care about a bird, though?
You can just go the long way. Just go the long way.
Are you sure they wouldn't be interested in some pink berries? I still have some.
Grognar go long way.
Wait, Grognar, just Grognar, if there's any issues, just come right back this way. If you encounter
Agreed.
any problems that you can't get through, just come back this way.
Okay, Grognar do that.
I
I'm
got
gonna-
his stuff if he dies.
I'm gonna watch like a hawk as best I can.
Grognar, I'm going to have you make 2 different stealth checks then, please.
Okay. First is a 24,
For the love of God, please be a stealthy dwarf.
and the second is a 22.
So,
Dude,
you
awesome.
have this conversation, and you're like, maybe Grognar should go the other way. Grognar, and he's just fucking gone. He's already moving pretty much silently. Grognar, you are in your element. You are ready for this. You managed to make it all the way back around this corner. And you manage to get all the way around the back. You have to do a little bit of navigating over some trees and branches, and there's a few little close calls with like breaking twigs, but you sneak all the way around these walls. You get to this other end. You don't make a fucking noise.
Yeah.
Disappearing dwarf.
Grognar.
And Grognar, as you get around to that entrance there and you kind of peer your head through, you do see this guy, this large gnoll, just sort of sitting in the middle, just kind of fiddling about, looking bored out of his mind, looking at the entrance.
Can they see me?
You see him?
They don't see you. They see
No, I mean, can my party see me?
Your party cannot see you. Snurp can.
I'm gonna say. And this.
I wave at him.
I wave back.
Snurp, you just see a small dwarf arm just kind of poke out of that hole and just kind of duck back in.
Get Grognar ready.
And then I hold up a crossbow the second time with my hand and then back down.
All right. How do we want to proceed?
So, Snurp, drop, pew pew, then come out of tree or stay up in tree, whichever one. You guys,
pew pew.
yeah, you guys get closer to wall and.
Who are you trying to pew pew though?
Well, let me see. So,
The one in the tree or the one in the center?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Suddenly they detect the blue arrow.
I gotta start over.
20.
Wait, the blue arrows are cannon now? What?
Okay, anyways, it is within 120 feet. I could get both. I could get him.
I think you should hit the guy in the tree. You'll make him fall out of the tree and take fall damage.
That range, by the way, since I do kind of circular, is a little bit more than that, but you still have 120 easy.
Yes, exactly. So I was trying to count, and people kept talking. I'm like, I'm losing my track. Like, fuck it.
I have to say, the stealth is going pretty well this session.
Surprisingly competent this morning.
I hope as a thief I could at least be stealthy.
Yeah, no, dude, you nailed it.
So my recommendation is you guys sneak up a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Can I ready an action to shoot this guy if once Snurp gets his thing off, so that it's like ready to go and hit him too?
Yeah, depending on how you guys line this up, you're basically going to wind up setting yourselves up for a surprise round, so long as no one gives away position.
Okay.
And as you guys pick up to that corner, I'm going to have you each make stealth checks with advantage since it's such a short distance. You're kind of crawling up there. Except for Phelan rolls standard because she's got armor.
Or maybe Phelan stay there.
I can stay put if you want.
You guys kind of tell her as she's about to start clinking in her armor.
Mm-hmm. I mean, she's got a ranged attack anyways, right?
And you said with advantage?
With advantage, because if you don't have armor, you guys are a very short distance, and I'm figuring you basically are almost combat crawling it.
I got a 22.
19.
15.
Okay. 15?
Mhm. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
You guys managed to make your distance over. You guys can crawl up. I'm guessing you guys all just going right up to the gate here. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's quiet. The gnoll in the middle just kind of sits there. Occasionally he kind of sits there, spits on the spear a little bit, kind of wipes it. It's a terrible polishing job. It just looks weird. The one in the tree in front of you is kind of... seems a little twitchy. He seems to keep scratching his arm and like wanting to like rock back and forth like he's ready to get out of that tree.
This is the point where I wish Eldritch Blast had 2 bolts. But all right.
I was about to say we could get him out of that tree. We could get him out of that tree real easy.
All right. All right.
All right, so the plan is to go after the Eldritch Bolt?
No, the plan was to have them come to you.
Okay.
So,
All right.
like, he'll get the Eldritch Bolt off. I'll launch a crossbow bolt as well. And you should go after the guy who hit him with the Eldritch Bolt.
So, yeah, that's not a guarantee, though. So.
No, but I'm also very stealthy over here, so you might see a Snurp on the wall over me.
Well, I disagree, but I'm not in range to talk to you about it, so...
That's true. That's Grognar's thought process. Grognar's so stealthy they don't see Grognar.
All right.
Walkie-talkies.
Seeing that everybody's in range and ready, I'm gonna poke my little snout out of the tree. Hey, Dum Dum! I'm gonna shoot an Eldritch Blast at him.
You can just hear. All right, go ahead and make your attack.
All right, that's a natural 20 again, so 26.
Roll your damage.
Mage is in there too.
All right, so I did not hex first, so no other damage. So that is a
It's not high.
it's a 9, so double that to 18 plus 4.
I don't know if I normally double natural spells.
I can't hear you. I hear whispering instead of
I hear
paddling.
giggling and laughing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nat 20s normally don't affect spells.
Okay, so I rolled a 9 plus 4, 13.
Okay.
And do I get my attack as well?
You do make your attack.
Cool. That's only an 8.
So this Eldritch Blast just comes flying down, and it just impacts him straight across the chest. And as you let your bolt loose, it seems that he kind of gets knocked back just far enough that bolt goes wide and goes flying into the distance. He doesn't seem to really notice it because his chest just kind of got irradiated with purple flame for a second there. And now I would have everyone roll initiative, please.
Can I get one good initiative? Fuck you.
I was thinking that exact same thing.
I rolled a 15.
So did I.
Let him do the counts.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
It's all good.
I still wish I'd gotten to march in there and try. It would have ended badly, but it still would have been funny.
20 to 25.
21.
Wow. Womble's ready. 15 to 20.
15. John also has a 15.
I wonder who has higher dexterity
I
here.
have higher dex.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Wait, who has higher
It's
dex?
about my lack of strength. John has lower dex.
Jan has lower dex. Okay.
Yeah. But wait, John, how much strength do you have? I only have +1 on that.
I have 15, so I have a +2.
Damn. I think I might actually be the weakest person here.
My dex is 10, though.
Ooh.
Wait, what's your strength?
15.
No, sorry, Womble.
Oh.
13.
Yep, 0 plus 0 for Snurp. So
Yeah!
10 to 15.
I got 11.
5 to 10.
Grognar got 6.
Jesus.
0 to 5.
Xanar got 4.
Snurp got a 4.
You know why? Because you hit that Eldritch Blast and it hurt him. You just kind of standing there like,
I'm just laughing at the tree.
Who's faster, Snurp or Xanar?
I got a dex of 2.
Plus 3 for Snurp.
This is the first time I've rolled fastest in initiative. I'm proud of myself. I've earned it.
I'm at the bottom again.
Barbarians eventually get perked for advantage on initiative, and I really need that.
Am I missing someone? Did someone not tell me?
No, I think you got it. Ryan?
No, I got a 11.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what'd you get, John?
Oh, I had a 15.
No,
Ria's was better than mine.
Yeah.
Right.
I was at 15, but she beat mine.
Yep.
I'm just laughing up in the tree after I hit him with the bolt.
Hashtag Snurp giggles.
Grognar said that he missed his shot.
So, Womble, hearing that bolt go off, you were just fucking giddy. It's your turn.
Okay. So, Padley, fall damage is a thing, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's 10. It's a d6 for every 10 feet you fall.
How high is that, Noel?
He's about 20 feet up.
How much was damage? I wasn't paying attention.
A d6 per 10 foot. I'd say 15 feet up, actually.
Wait, what was that last part?
He's about 15 feet up, but it's 1d6 per 10 feet, roughly.
Okay, so I'm going to go out here. Wait, do I have that much walk speed? Let me
5,
check this
10,
real quick.
15, 20, 25. You can get there with
Yeah, I got
25.
30. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna turn. And I'm gonna cast my newest addition, Magic Missile.
Hey,
Magic missile.
as you round the corner and let this off, this Noel's kind of like looking off into like the center of the square, confused, then turns around like,
Okay.
Doesn't magic missile do piercing damage?
it doesn't work.
Yeah, 1 force damage.
Oh.
I don't know what the difference is, but I'll assume it's good.
Force damage is like something that very few things have resistance to.
Okay.
Roll for attack.
It's such a useful spell.
Okay. 4d6. No, wait.
No,
3d4.
roll for attack first.
Magic
Wait.
missile just hits.
Yeah.
Just hit
Magic
sword.
missile's an auto hit.
Yeah, I didn't have anything like that, so I assumed it just hit.
Roll your damage then. My mistake.
I did 10 damage because each one of these gets +1 force damage added on to it. Wait, was this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a 1d4 plus 1.
Yep. And I have 3 darts, and I target this guy with all 3 of them.
And you did how much damage total?
10 damage.
All right. He's just kind of sitting in the tree, and all of a sudden, just these white beams of light just kind of spread out from Womble as he kind of holds an insect dangling out in the air at it. And they just impact him 3 times really sharp. It seemed to really fuck him up. He does manage to get on the tree, but he seems a little bit shaky from that.
I just wanted to see him fall.
I did too, but that's why I went for the guy in the middle. Like, let's put damage on the big guy.
All right. Womble, you got anything else you can do?
Cantrips are not bonus actions.
Nope.
Not yours.
And I think you can only cast 1 spell per turn. Is that right?
There,
I
can
actually
cast-
don't know the rules for that too well.
you can cast a bonus action spell, and then
If
you
it's a
can
bonus
use your action as a cantrip.
Okay.
If you had a bonus action spell, like my hex. So that's why I'm able to hex and then Eldritch Blast in the same turn.
Well,
We
looks
don't
like
check this one.
I'm
Those rules get weird.
just gonna have to
You're right.
end my turn.
Okay.
I think
now
you could back up a little bit. Do you,
No,
I think he has to
I'm
roll.
not a coward.
Okay, that's fine. I'm not gonna force you or anything.
Actually, yes, I am a coward.
Snurp not judge. Snurp definitely coward.
This guy in the middle here is going to, slightly outraged, he's going to jump down the step a couple of things, just get down the stairs a little bit, reach around his back, pull out a longbow, and he's going to take a massive big old shot at Snurp in the wall there.
That might have been the last tongue spit Snurp ever made.
Watch it go right in his eye socket or something like that.
Sadly, just did it.
Another arrow just.
Oh god, he can aim!
What's your AC there, Snurp?
15.
15? Okay. The first one was a nat 20, and the second one was like an 18.
Oh shit!
Ooh.
That's a
Okay.
confirmed crit.
Okay.
16 points of piercing damage from the first one.
Oh,
Ouch.
God.
And 4 points of piercing damage from the second one. He lodges an arrow straight, like in your, like almost like in like the clavicle of your shoulder, and it nicks an artery in your neck, and just jabs through. The second one just catches you in the other arm. This guy's needs serious business.
Talk shit.
I'm going to pull
Get
out the
hit.
card and start writing a eulogy for Snurp.
Oh.
Well, Snurp is still alive for the moment.
Also, make a dexterity saving throw to stay on that wall.
Ooh.
That's a 17.
That's enough to hold on to grip. Okay. You just managed to clutch down with both of your arms as you're kind of holding your throat now with this arrow stuck in it. That is going to be his turn. Phelan, you're up.
Well, I
You
can't.
just see Snurp get bifurcated by 2 arrows.
How high up in the tree is Snurp?
Snurp is probably about 15 feet up. He's like, well, he's kind of like on the wall at this point in my mind.
Okay, so that's about 15 feet.
Yeah.
Can I get close enough to foot or something?
To what?
To touch his foot or something?
How tall is Phelan?
5'5".
5'5". I'd say if you make an acrobatics check that's pretty easy, you could jump slap his foot.
Okay, well, I'm trying to heal him, that's why.
Yeah, I know. Make a quick acrobatics check.
You know, while you're at it,
Fucking not funny.
Oh,
20?
while you're at it, you probably should pull him out of the tree before he catches an arrow and dies.
You don't jump up on him, you jump off of the tree next to it, and you kind of do a sliding thing, and you just sort of delicately poke him in the forehead to cast your healing word or your curing wounds.
Boop.
Not touch him. Oh, okay.
You'll have to repeat that.
Heal for 11.
Okie dokie.
That's awesome.
All right, Phelan parkour healed Snurp.
She really did. Good job, Phelan.
Thanks.
Anything else you want to do, Phelan? You got probably about another 20 feet of movement if you want to use it.
I want to get the fuck out of the line of fire. Because I was...
You're behind a 12-foot wall.
Huh?
You are behind a 12-foot wall. You can't actually see any enemies where you are.
Okay.
You are pretty safe. Snurp, not as much.
Well, obviously.
Can I move Snurp?
No, that would be a full action to grab him.
Then I'm gonna do one better. Can I get in front of him with my shield?
You'd have to climb out on a limb in front of him.
Okay.
It would be quite the maneuver to do it. You can try.
Okay. Well, I just rolled 20, so hopefully
Again.
Me another acrobatics check.
I got a 19, so 22.
Jesus.
All right, we're taking Phelan to the circus.
You're gonna roll my dice.
Phelan doesn't even climb the wall. She just kind of jumps between the wall and a tree 2 or 3 times, slaps Snurp in the back of the head with a heel, and then just sort of rolls next to him, putting a shield out right in front of him, kind of blocking him a little bit. Snurp, from your point of view, you just got slapped by the parkour angel.
Parkour angel?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
All right. Charlatan, you're up.
Snurp is
No,
amazing.
let me close my jaw first because I'm staring in utter amazement.
Yeah, bonus
only
action.
you and Snurp saw this shit too.
I just like that ding ding boop boom.
All right, so I will drop to all 4. Let's see. 5, 10, 15. Can I do one diagonal for 20?
What?
Can I do one diagonal movement for 20? So I'm here, so I'm 5, 10, 15, and then I want to go here for 20. Would that
Yes,
be
that's correct. Okay, yeah. I couldn't see what you were doing.
30, 35. Oh, damn it. That opened a token thing. And 40. And I will simply ready defense.
Okay. You run around that wall, you look out at the field ahead of you, and you just get down and crouch getting ready. Gamera, you are up.
Okay.
I would suggest closing your jaw too, because I imagine you're sorry, the parkour angel.
I'm gonna add that to my name.
Oh god.
Phelan the parkour angel.
Yep.
All right. I move here.
Okay.
And then I throw my javelin.
Yeah.
And
At
at this guy.
Okay. Up in the tree, gotcha.
Yeah.
Roll your attack.
I got a 10.
That does not hit. You whip that javelin up there, and it just kind of goes wide in the tree.
No, my javelin.
I got this.
Do you have a bonus action you can do or not?
I'm crying a little bit right now.
Okay, bonus action tears. That has any effect. Grognar, you are up.
Does he have any
Okay.
movement yet? I'm sorry. I want to check if They wanted to-
Yeah, could I move back?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, yeah, I just moved back right there.
You can't move under Womble, but you can move below Womble.
Okay, there.
Okay, Grognar, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna maintain my position over here, and I'm gonna fire another crossbow bolt at this guy.
All right, go for it. He hasn't seen you yet, so if you hit, you can sneak.
That is a 17.
That will hit. Roll your damage and add sneak.
Nice. So then we get that.
Go for the head.
And sneak attack, I get one additional d6. Yes. Because I only have one level 1 sneak attack. Feels bad. Alright, with the damage and the sneak attack, total is 14.
Nice. Nope, that's the wrong dude.
I almost had max damage on both of them.
Yeah, that's a pretty beefy fucking hit.
He's supposed to be aware of you, though.
As he's sitting there and he let loose that last arrow against Snurp, you just land one straight into his shoulder blades, and he kind of like winces and he lurches forward and he turns around and looks at you with just these hate-filled eyes.
I stare him back down.
As you start reloading, just staring him the fuck down.
Yep.
Are you gonna or anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna use my bonus action to back up and hide a bit.
Okay,
over
make
here.
a stealth check.
I'm just
that's not
imagining
good.
Homer backing into the bushes, hiding.
I'm trying, but it's only an 8, so I'm not as successful as Homer hiding.
You get behind the wall, but you can still feel him staring at your soul. Grognar's done. Snurp, you're up.
All right. Crack my knuckles. Let's put some bad smoke on him. I'm gonna hex him.
Okay, who are you hexing?
I'm gonna hex the big guy.
That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted.
Hmm.
Jesus.
What did you want?
Thing? I don't know. You hex him, just like this shimmering purple light just kind of backlights him just the faintest bit. But Snurp, you particularly know he's there.
Mm-hmm. And pew pew.
Roll for pew pew.
That's now a thing.
Roll for pew pew. That's a 16.
That just hits.
Okay. Do 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 do. Boop. 10 force
Nice.
and 6 necrotic.
Good God.
Jesus.
As he's turning with hate in his eyes towards this dwarf, all of a sudden, just again in his right shoulder, he just gets slammed by another one of these eldritch blasts from this fucking tree. And he turns around now, ragged, just sort of stumbling on the ground, just like furious.
I give him a little wave and like crouch behind Phelan.
He's pretty good. But anyway, anything else, Snurp? You good?
That's it.
Xanar, you're up.
All right. I just want to clear up something about the movement, since I'm not too sure how corners are going to be working here. So if I move here, then here, does that still... Oh, come on. Then there, does that still count as 15 movement?
No, you can't diagonal through a corner.
Okay. So I'd have to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Yep.
I can land there.
He is 15 feet up.
So I'm 8 feet tall. If I were to jump, would I be able to hit him?
With a good acrobatics check, maybe, yeah.
Okay.
All right, just
also, I
be
was
inspired by the
curious.
parkour queen.
Hardcore parkour.
I don't know for sure how this works, but if I rage, do I get... I know I get advantage on strength checks, but athletics is considered strength. I didn't know if that was under the realm.
Acrobatics is what I said, though.
Yeah, I was just wondering if...
Yes.
Oh, sorry. I was looking at athletics, sorry.
Skills are kind of a strength check, so you would get advantage on them, but this is acrobatics.
Am I able to hit the tree trunk from here?
You could go for it if you want to. I know what you're trying to do. You look like it looks like it's maybe about 8 inches thick, but you've got a pretty hefty maul. You could give it a whack. You're not sure if it would work or not, but I know what you're trying to do.
I'm going to rage.
Okay.
And I'm not going to go for the knoll in the tree. I'm going to go for the trunk of the tree. Try to
All right.
knock him out.
Make an attack roll.
I want a reckless attack.
Okay, roll for
With
advantage.
it.
With advantage.
Wow.
Okay. 1 second, sorry, I don't have it.
Only when you
No.
do it for D&D, you have to
Oh,
make
yeah. I got 19.
that hits. Roll damage.
Thump.
That tree has advantage against you next round, though.
Oh, that's a good roll. That's a good tree attack roll. Hold on. 16.
16 damage.
Yeah.
Okay. You take your mace, you take this maul, and you just wail it into the side of the tree as hard as you can, a little bit high, just knowing that you're going to try to knock this fucker down. He rolls poorly.
Yes.
As he's kind of sitting in the tree, kind of trying to balance from before, you just whack the tree again, and as he's taking his hands off to get ready to go after someone, he just sort of like stumbles down the tree. He's going to take 7 points of piercing damage, or bludgeoning damage.
I applaud.
And he lands prone directly in front of you.
Is he prone? Or just lands?
Prone. I just need to find something
Fucking
that
low.
Yes!
I love how it's out of that tree.
What's prone-y looking? I don't know what looks like prone.
Pro-
Ninja is prone.
You get bonus to attack because they can't.
It's
like
just for
flat-footed.
melee attacks, though.
Yeah,
Ranged
so-
attacks, they have disadvantage.
Yep.
Yeah, if we tried to hit him from over here in the tree, we get disadvantage.
Yeah.
So that is your turn, or are you doing anything else?
I
Yep,
chuckle.
your action's done. It's out. You're done. Yeah. All right. Now.
I love something in the D&D chat forever.
Very good.
This was a really good round, guys. I'm afraid of how it's going to go next, though.
I actually opened this really strong. I'm going to give you guys a lot of props for this because you guys opened super strong.
I'm just worried that that picture Padley had last time of the huge amount of spiders is just going to be the nulls out of all the trees in this area. It's just da, 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 da. Oh god, there's 50 of them. Well, we're fucked.
Well,
So-
nice knowing you guys.
From a yes, I'm gonna leave it out there. From a distance, we're gonna say. Okay, that's gonna be. Okay, Snurp, what's your AC?
15.
15. That one's gonna hit you.
Does he get a bonus for me blocking for him?
Partial cover?
Yeah, because he's hiding behind me.
I'd give him the partial cover, but it still wouldn't be enough.
Okay.
The guy rolled pretty good. You're gonna take 9 points of piercing damage, Snurp.
Okay.
Phelan, what's your AC? Oh, that's not gonna fucking hit you.
18.
Yeah, that's not gonna hit you. Xanar, what's your AC?
It is 14. But they also get advantage if they're attacking me.
Yep, I just remember that. Thank you. Well, that hits. You're gonna take 9 points of piercing down to 4 because you're raging. And I'm gonna say Charlatan.
Yes.
That's going to be 4 points of piercing damage to you. As from the trees in the back.
He was defending, didn't
I was in defense.
Oh, disadvantage.
Dodge, yeah.
Still hits. Went from a 16 plus stuff to what's your AC?
My AC is 13.
Yeah, it still hits.
So what do I take?
4 points piercing damage, I think. Yeah, 4 points piercing damage. As a couple of arrows, just as a small little flurry of arrows, just come flying out of the trees across this battle map towards you guys, impacting a few of you. That is their turn. Where the fuck is that? Oh, okay, these guys. This one here is going to pop up, and he is going to start taking swings at Xanar.
He gets advantage.
Mm-hmm. Oh no.
No.
Okay, here we go.
Here.
What's your AC, Xanar?
14.
Okay, that one hits.
That one kills.
That one misses. And that one hits. So first he's going to reach out and he's going to take a slash at you with his sword and do 7 points of slashing damage down to 3. Then he's going to take another slash at you, totally miss, and then he's going to reach out and try to bite
You were
you.
half paying attention at all.
I can't hear whoever's talking.
Please stop talking over the stuff. Then he's going to reach out and he's going to bite. That's going to be 4 points of piercing damage down to 2 because of rage. And then also over on this end, this one's going to drop out of the tree and come sprinting down to you.
Fuck.
No.
You have disadvantage because you're defending. Oh, disadvantage. Oh, that one hits. What's your AC, John? That one misses.
Mine's 13.
That one misses. So, that's lucky. 2 of these miss. Oops. That's going to be... So he's going to take out his sword and he's going to start swinging wildly at you and gnashing with these big, disgusting yellow blood-ridden teeth. Only one of the sword swings actually manages to hit you, and you're going to take 7 points of slashing damage. As this crazed gnoll is just swinging wildly at you. You're kind of like dodging what you can, but you do get nicked once. And that's going to be their turn. We're back up to Womble.
We're in a...
Good luck, buddy.
We're in a risky situation, guys. I don't like the looks of this. There's like 7 of them. And there's only 6 of us. No, wait, 7.
Then they need to bring more gnolls and make it a fair fight.
No.
Don't ignore that, please.
You can't hear him.
He's not part of our group. He's just following us.
Okay, Padley, how ripped is that main gnoll looking?
Ripped as in strong or ripped as in hurt? Because both.
Strong.
It's just bad all around.
On a strong rating, when he's not bloody and torn up, I would say he's probably about like a 8 out of 10 buffness.
Oh.
Jesus.
That's muscular gnoll.
He's
Not
pretty
a regular gnoll.
regular gnoll.
Just regular no.
He is looking pretty fucking ragged right now, though.
Pretty fucking
He just got
ragged.
fucking bombarded.
True. If I pointed very menacingly at, like, pointed dramatically at Ragnar, could I cause them to go attack him instead?
You would have to make a
Persuasion? Deceit?
let's say a deception check, I guess.
Okay, I also, real quick, Azure, just because you can do a check for something, it's not mind control even if you do succeed.
Damn.
He's not wrong. Basically, what you're doing is you're trying to draw attention away from yourself. You
Yeah, that's all I really wanted. I want to see if, hey, there's a guy over here you might be able to see.
You can try it. You can try
I
it.
could.
You absolutely can. Go for it if you want.
No, it doesn't seem like a sure shot.
There is no such thing in D&D.
There isn't? What?
I mean,
Oh,
the
I could
simple-
cast sleep on something.
You could.
That's
That
smart.
would be good.
Oh boy.
Especially
Please
these.
don't do it to me. That's all I ask.
So in a range of 90 feet, there's an AoE of 20. Okay, 90 feet. I'm definitely within range. I'll cast sleep on him.
Okay, can you read sleep to me really quick?
The spell sends creatures into a magical slumber. Roll 5d8. The total is how many hit points of creatures this spell can affect. So basically, whatever the end number is of those d8 is how much HP the spell can affect.
Okay. Roll your map. Roll the dice.
Okay. Ooh, all of it comes down to this.
Can I do Bardic Inspiration?
Wow, that's really
Holy-
bad.
On your turn.
That also
Yeah.
doesn't affect something like this, though, Ryan.
No, wait, this is really
Okay.
mediocre. It's normal.
So which one's the first target of it?
I can only really target a single one of any of them, so I'll just go after the main guy.
Okay. And
26.
26. Okay.
Does this sleep him?
As you kind of reach out, Womble, and you take out your very favorite, like, little tiny stag beetle, and you just wobble it in the air at him, and like a small little wisp of like gray smokish energy kind of wisps from it and goes straight into his face as he's kind of reeling from all of these different attacks, and he's just kind of like howling into the air. And he just sort of slumps down to a knee, slumps down to the side, and just conks out.
Hey, he's gonna be
Azure.
asleep for about a minute.
He is passed out.
Nice.
I'm
Awesome,
going to
dude.
use-
Now, if he's attacked, he will wake up.
There's nothing there. What? Who made these symbols? They're garbage. I'm gonna use them for sleep.
Is that a little machine gun? What the fuck is that?
Like, why is that a symbol?
Is that a machine gun?
Yeah.
I guess it's to cater to all sorts of tabletop shit, but
Like, they don't have like Z's for sleep.
how is that even a status effect?
I don't know.
Like the only thing I
Anyway.
can really think of is like a sentry.
He's a turret now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I don't know. He's a turret. He's a turret in his names.
He's
Okay.
a friendly turret.
You successfully casted sleep. Do you have a bonus action or movement you want to do?
What were my options as a bonus action? Because I
If you
don't
have a
feel-
bonus action spell you can cast, that would work. Otherwise, there might be other things listed under actions that you can do.
Bonus action spells would probably have something to signify that they're a bonus action, and I don't see anything like that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You're supposed-
Well,
So when where it says time, it would be like 1A for action,
Oh.
1BA for bonus action.
yeah, I only got real actions.
I always thought that meant big action.
Ayo.
A big ass action.
Big ass.
So wait, I just want to clarify one thing. So rolling that 26, does that mean they have 26 or less hit points?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you don't know that because you didn't cast a spell.
Mhm. Basically, it's an area of effect within a range. So 20 feet around that guy would also be put to sleep if they were under or at 26.
There is several bugs in the area that have passed out as well.
Oh,
There's that one invisible guy over there too. We didn't know about. He's
Three
sleeping as well.
friends.
the big bad enemy of the whole game is just sort of sitting there, like watching invisibly, and he's like, "Oh no."
Oh,
yeah, weak
darn.
health. Holy shit.
In his first form. Just kidding.
oh yeah.
What are you doing now? Are you doing movement or not?
I don't know, Padley. I'm Athlong. I'm gonna do nothing now.
Fine. I don't know why you put up your names. Womble's done. He is fucking asleep. So okay, Phelan.
Hold on a second. That's that for 85 feet. Balls.
Wait. I will give Zagnar a thumbs up for hitting that guy out of the tree.
Give a thumbs up back.
Hey.
All right. I'm gonna aim for the archer with my.
Okay, what's the range on your crossbow?
It's 80 and then 320. So
Okay,
it's
you're
less-
rolling with disadvantage on this. Yep.
disadvantage.
Wait.
Okay.
Wait, who are they aiming at?
The far archer.
This fucker.
The Farcher.
Thanks for John.
Damn you and your low-hanging fruit.
Oh, I didn't even see them up there. Okay.
Yep. You got two fuckers up in trees over here.
With disadvantage?
Yep. Because that's out of your first range increment.
21.
To hit? Damn, that hits. Good disadvantage roll.
Yeah, it was an 18 and then a 16.
Roll your damage.
8.
8 damage. All right. All right. Crossbow bolts going flying across, responding bolt for arrows. Just soaring across the air in this area. You can kind of see it's like flies going back and forth. Anything else you want to do, Phelan?
No, I'm just going to be defending Snurp.
All right. You cock back that crossbow while holding the shield up with your shoulder there. Charlatan, you're up.
Well, let's see. I would assume this is a goblin right here.
No, it's a gnoll. It's kind of like a rabid, mangy looking gnoll that's just kind of a little berserky.
Okay, well, my apologies. I did mean Knoll. It's hard to tell on the map if there's something there or not because it's kind of brown and it looks like a tree stump.
Technically, they're kobolds on the map, but don't tell Snurp.
What?
Snurp, you hear him too?
Do you hear the voices too?
Oh, God. Sound bites.
Okay, we're all making big names. I gotta join in on this.
All right, let's see. Actions. I have a question. How long does temporary HP last?
Till a long rest, I think, or is it short rest? I think it's short rest.
I think it's
Okay.
long rest. I don't know.
I don't remember. 1 second.
But it's definitely included in long rests.
Okay, that's a bonus action, so I don't have to do that yet.
It depends. If it doesn't say how long it lasts in the thing, it can
It
last.
says once per short rest as a bonus action can be used.
And it doesn't say how long it lasts, though.
No, it says it grants you temporary 3 HP.
So it lasts as long as 8 hours, then.
Okay.
Which is basically as long as it takes for us to completely forget that you had it in the first place.
Yay!
So let me see. Let me see if I can do something here.
I do love the Gamera picture.
It is pretty good.
He's adorable.
I'm going to reach into one of my. Now I'm using
Camera.
on the thing in front of me.
Sorry, you have to repeat that. You
You
broke
can-
out.
Sorry, I'm going to use an unarmed attack on the thing in front of me.
Okay, roll for attack.
Oof. Let's see. What is that? Plus my bonuses. That's a 10.
That does not hit. As you take a swing, he just sort of jumps back, kind of cackling at you a little bit as he goes.
Bonus action. I can use Hungry Jaws. Once per short rest as a bonus action, I may make a bite, and if it hits, I gain temporary 3 HP.
Roll for attack.
Why couldn't I have gotten that earlier? 18.
That hits. Roll damage.
Hungry hippo engaged.
If it gains.
Repeat that. Sorry.
It says if hits, you gain temporary 3 HP.
But you don't damage him?
It doesn't say that on there. But
It's a bite attack.
Oh,
tell you what, I will quite literally copy and paste it, Padley,
Yeah.
So- so you can interpret.
yeah, it's probably just a bite where you actually eat them, I would imagine.
I
Then.
think I just take an actual physical bite and eat part
For
of it.
bite attack, just say, let's say, roll a d4 and add your strength.
Okay.
You took a bite out of him like Scruff McGruff takes a bite out of crime.
Right now, I got Ultimate Showdown stuck in my head.
Yep.
Oh, why?
Let me find a D4.
Oh, that fucking song. Do you guys remember the YouTube video for it?
Yeah.
It was glorious.
Oh, man.
Do you guys remember the show Fighting Futons?
Barely. I remember the opening song.
Okay. I remember the hot dog that had like mustard and ketchup as guns.
So I use the top number?
Pretty much.
The top number on the D4 was a
Was a what?
What'd you get?
4.
4 damage. Nice, okay. As You try to make a fucking punch at this thing, you completely miss, but then you kind of grab by the shoulder, you reach forward, and you just bite a chunk of fur out of its arm. You do end up taking a munch, but then you're kind of like, ugh, and you cough up like a knoll fur ball. All right, that's going to be your turn unless you want to move.
No, but I will add the 3 health.
All right, and you did your bonus. Okay, yep. All right, you can add your 3 temporary HP. Now we are to Gamera.
All right. I'm still really sad about my weapon, so I just kind of slowly slunk on over here, and then I cast Hideous Laughter on this guy.
Okay, and that is a saving throw, I believe. What type?
Okay. Under attack and save, are you asking?
Well, I think that for Hideous Laughter, I have to make a saving throw to block it. But what kind of saving throw and what DC do I need to beat?
It should say it in your spell what they need to do.
I'm pulling up your character sheet just to be helping you out here. So you have spells.
All right, it says
Laughter. It's a Wisdom save of 14.
Don't do it for him, Justin. Let him do it.
I'm just trying to help him. If you
do gotta like
action
learn where those are,
spells,
though.
like, dude, you just like calm down.
Yeah, no. Aflong, though, you do need to let people learn how to play the game.
I'm sorry.
You can't play for everybody.
Like,
Okay.
I appreciate it, but
I'm
So,
sorry.
yeah,
I gotta contain that. I've been drinking.
Do what I did. I told him where to find the information.
yeah, under attack and save is Wisdom 14.
Okay, I'll make a wisdom saving throw with him.
So they need to know it's actually not funny? Is that what
There's a chance they realize that there's a chance that they realize words can never hurt them.
Ooh.
So what do you tell them? Gamera to make them laugh.
Oh shit. Fuck, I don't have any jokes.
And you just point out and you go, I don't have any jokes. It just kind of stops, looks at the charlatan, looks at you.
Yes.
Rolling around on the ground. Apparently just that you're complete flop at making a joke.
Genius.
Your mother was a hamster and your father smelt of elderberries.
Classic.
I
thought you'd find that interesting.
So yeah, he's just down on the floor fucking rolling around on the ground laughing.
Also, how long is a minute? Because that guy's only asleep for a minute.
It's 10 turns.
So he's asleep for a while.
Yeah,
That's
he's out for the
Dude,
fight.
I'm basically figuring he's asleep till combat's over because there's no fucking way.
You CC'd the fuck out of him.
I thought they might have been a turn or two.
Nope, he's done.
Nice to know.
Then I'm still sad about my javelin, so I'm not really happy.
I do have a question
So
though.
I just kind of slunk back.
Okay.
Did the javelin wedge in the tree?
No, I think it probably went past it. Probably wound
Okay.
up landing over here somewhere. Why?
My follow-up question was going to be, did Xanar knock it out of the tree? But
No,
if
it was not in the tree.
so it's not in the tree. So my follow-up question is irrelevant. Okay, continue.
Yep. Okay. Anything else, Gamera? Do you want to move more or no? Oh, you move back.
I'm good.
Okay. Grognar, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to try and scale this wall to get closer to this knoll.
Make an acrobatics check for me.
Roll well.
If I'm able to.
Yeah, you can try to climb up it with your little bit of movement speed left.
Can you guys... God damn it.
We cannot, goddammit. Too far away.
What'd you get?
It says his Discord died again. Be right back.
So anyway, like I was saying, Chris, take 47 bludgeoning damage. Oh, he's not in yet. Chris.
Oh,
Crash, baby.
I think he probably left because of the bludgeoning.
He's like,
Never mind.
game.
I'm not even
Keep
gonna
thinking, like, forget it. I'm done.
I really hate Discord. Can I say that?
That's weird. I don't know how many people have it. Okay.
I've never had an issue on Skype, but I have so many issues on Discord. It's ridiculous.
That is weird because, like, I don't know.
You want to like try uninstalling it once and then reinstall it later?
I did last week.
Oh,
Try turning it on and off again.
I did that twice before I got
Okay,
back here.
people. Oh fuck. Grognar, did you make your acrobatics roll?
I didn't hear the telling me to do that, so no.
Okay.
You also take 40 points of bludgeoning.
13? Is that enough to scale it?
I'm gonna say that you managed to get like part of the way up, and you're kind of crumped on the wall, but that's your whole turn to get up there. You can't make a move or an attack at that point if you want to get up that wall.
Which is fine because I didn't have any more movement or attack rolls anyways, because that's an action to get up there.
Yep. So, that would be you. What are we posting here, bro? Anyway.
That's fighting Futons. Me and Chris talked about it for like half a second.
Oh my god, that's
Their opening was made to some orchestral song. I can't remember the
It's
name of it.
literally fighting Futons, fighting food with attitude.
Fighting food dogs,
my
fighting
God,
food with
food
attitude.
That's it.
God.
Jesus. Snurp, you're up.
Okay.
It was
I'm
made
gonna
in response to Pokemon.
Really?
Yep.
I'm gonna grumble a little bit that my hex target is asleep and I can't move my hex off of it because it's not dead. So I'm gonna switch Eldritch Blast to this fucker down here.
All right, go for it.
Jesus.
At advantage because there's people close to him. And I needed it because the first one was a 1. The
Oh,
second
that's
one was
tactics.
pack tactics. Yep. The second
Alright.
one was not much better.
Okay.
I'm a kobold. That's why I get that.
Yeah. I just forgot about that.
The second one was only 11.
So, what was your total attack roll? Sorry.
11.
That misses. So as another bolt just goes, you're overconfident from the amount of times you just slam that other guy, and as you swing around to get the other one, you kind of have to jostle for position around Phelan, and your shot ends up going way high as her elbow kind of bumps you because you're trying to reach past her.
Okay, that's my turn.
Good job, Phelan.
Shut up, I'm protecting him.
Xanar, you are up.
it's my turn. Okay, I am going to reckless attack this motherfucker.
All right, go for swings.
Okay. Come on, dice, don't fail me now. Oh yeah, that hits absolutely. It's a
I was
natural
gonna say-
19.
I was waiting for that. God damn it, Dice! Why you gotta fail me now?
Kill that once. Okay, that makes a hit. Go for
To
damage.
be fair, the other one was a nat 1. So glad I went with that reckless. Alright. So 2 dice. 2d6, I should say. Okay. Not the worst thing in the world. Plus 4. It's 11 plus 2. That's 13 damage.
Okay, very nice. How much do those guys have? Okie dokie. As you just go to wail in with that maul again, you just scream a lot of rage and you just wail him in the stomach. He gets impacted up against the back of the tree, and then he just sort of slumps forward over your maul, and the tree kind of crumbles behind it, and he's dead.
Yeah.
Tree debris on the ground.
Yeah, the tree is a little bit knocked over. You can move if you want to.
Oh yeah, I'm going to move.
You can move
5,
if you
10, 15. I might do something a bit unconventional here,
That's
but
the name of the
it's
game.
part of my plan. I know we kind of had a plan to begin with, but everything's going well so far. If I want to keep my rage up, I do need to take a little bit of damage.
You attacked, it counts.
Oh yeah, I understand, but if I run out in the middle, I still might be hit by arrows, and I do need that to keep the rage up.
No, that's what I mean, though. You just attacked, so I think that keeps
Okay,
your rage going.
Oh yeah, definitely. 5, 10, 15,
I think you're planning for next
20,
round.
25, 30. I think I can move right there. I was right here.
Yeah, you're good. Okay. That's your turn then, unless you have a bonus. I don't think you do.
No, I could drop the rage, but I'm not doing that.
Hey, if your bonus is to try and get hit, why don't you?
You dropped off of her. Why did you?
No, the way to do it is learn insults and
What I was trying to say is like, give him.
Cut out of the exact same
Give him
spot
a
again.
God damn it! I give up.
You should like have a setup for D&D night, seriously. Like so that way the mic's in between you guys and you're like facing each other.
Always in between us. It's never not.
Okay. I was just thinking there might be a way to get you guys closer together is all I'm saying.
What if we cut the mic in half?
Yeah, that.
Now there's the man with the
Good
big
idea.
brain place.
Okay, Grognar, the one in the tree next to you is going to hobble down next to you on the wall,
Okay.
take out a spear, and just start stabbing down at you.
Okay.
That one hits. And that
Dude,
one definitely doesn't.
You didn't even ask my armor class.
Well, I'm going to guess 17 plus stuff hits you.
Oh yeah.
That first hit does 6 points of piercing damage, and as he tries to go for another one, you know what? It's a natural one. I'm going to see if that happens.
He falls off the wall.
He does. As he takes one spear and he pulls it out and he goes to stab him again, he just completely misses you and the wall and throws him off balance, and he's going to flop out onto the floor there and take 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
I have to say this is one of my favorite combat sessions thus far.
You guys have handled this encounter very well, and it was supposed to be very dangerous since you guys had bad build-up.
I've noticed. This was danger.
It was dangerous, but you guys handled it very well. So far. We'll see. But yeah, he fell flat on his ass down over on the floor here, and he is prone. That would be... Nope, I still got this guy. Who's a threat to him right now? Everything's kind of dangerous. Fuck it. He's going to go for his Xanar twice.
Okay. And he does get advantage because I use Reckless.
Yep, that first one hits for sure. What's your AC?
14.
That one misses. Okay, so the first one does hit, though.
All right.
And that's going to be 5 points of piercing down to 2 from rage.
Oh, yeah.
Another arrow just lodges in you, and you just kind of sprinting as the arrows kind of land aside you, managing to huff your way up down the middle. That's going to be his turn, and then it's going to be these guys' turn. He's dead. He gets to make a wisdom saving throw to beat that laughter thing, which I think is a 14 to beat.
Yeah, 14.
He fails. He still thinks it's hilarious that random fucking guy with the bagpipe just screamed he didn't have a joke. Just dying on the ground.
Make a joke list. I want to see this stuff.
Jokes we find funny. I have no jokes. Jokes we do not find funny.
We are back up to Womble.
Oh, shit.
Fuck him up, Womble.
That probably wasn't legible.
I didn't understand a fucking bit of that.
I heard something real good.
I think I heard him say, "I'll fuck him up real good."
Yeah, I heard
Oh,
real
shit.
good. I heard real good. That was it.
I
I
don't
said,
speak Goblinoid.
Get him real good.
I'll get him real good. Damn.
there we go.
That was
There we
bad.
go.
That's
Just
better.
enunciated enough.
Better. Closer. Yes. Good.
Okay, I'm going to use the start of my turn to say, I'm sorry, Cheesemore. I didn't expect you to have problems with Discord. This is genuinely my fault. I didn't think this would happen this way.
No, it's just been really weird the last few weeks. For whatever reason, my Discord will just make everyone robot-y. And
Oh, thank
Discord's solution to it is tell the person who owns the server to move it closer to you.
What?
Wow, Discord, that sounds really easy to do.
Wow. Well, I guess I'll just fucking move over by you, Chris. I guess I'll come back to Sunbury.
Okay, I think I'm going to...
But that's the thing, like, I gotta be the closest to Padley. Why am I cutting out?
No shit.
I'm going to use Ray of Sickness on this guy.
All right, Mr. Gigglies. He will get to do another saving throw. I'm just going to do that right now before I forget. He fails again. He thinks it's fucking hilarious.
It was a pretty good one. You've got to admit.
It was a great joke.
Good joke.
And Ray of Sickness is make a ranged spell attack on the target. On a hit, the target takes 2d8 poison damage and must make a Constitution saving throw on a failed save. I have +5 to hit, so I'll do the attack. Okay, and it's a Constitution of 13. I'll roll my accuracy. Is that good?
Yep, go for it.
That's super duper hits.
No,
That's a
Jesus.
4.
And he
Womble
super
Domble
duper-
Pro
No, wait,
Frog Licker?
that's
When
not
did you
even-
change that?
I don't need that one.
That's what you meant by everyone's changing legs. God damn it. So that hit Azure, and he failed his Constitution saving throw. So roll damage, and what was the other effect?
Is also poisoned until the end of my next turn. So
Awesome.
2d8s of damage. 12 damage.
12 damage. All right. As he's just sitting there and he's rolling, you just cast this beam of locust towards him, and then he's just rolling still. It's like, it's not a pretty sight. Why do you? I guess poison isn't going to really do a lot for him. He's pretty much just stuck laughing.
He's hucking up his lunch.
Do you want to move it all, Amble?
I think I'm gonna go over here and just start pointing and laughing at him while he's puking up his lunch.
Wonderful.
I gotta say, I'm doing damage. I don't know what changed.
You are wow.
You actually have
Using
spells.
Instead of cantrips.
The dude in the middle, for his action, he's going to snore. Phelan, go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna take another shot with the crossbow.
All right, make it with disadvantage since he's at range, unless you're aiming at one of the close fuckers.
No, they seem to be pretty well surrounded. So
Okay.
Can I on my turn say to Phelan, I'm moving next turn? Is in my next turn.
okay. What was my...
And then Phelan says, turn, what do you mean?
Haha.
Turn around.
Leo Cheesemore, does Discord give you problems constantly?
No.
17 hit?
Okay. I was
Does a
worried.
what hit?
17.
17 does hit. Roll ahead. Go ahead and roll damage.
9.
9 damage. All right.
Roll
Another
that
crossbow bolt goes flying across the scene here, and it manages to nail him pretty good. That's actually a hefty enough hit. I'll check. Nope, he holds it. He stands on the tree. Anything else you want to do there, Phelan?
No, still doing what I'm doing.
All righty. Charlatan, you are up.
Alrighty. Well, this one's laughing uncontrollably.
Kick him in the teeth.
And vomiting. Don't forget the vomiting.
I've got a better idea. It's going to cost me, but he is going to go out in spectacular fashion.
Finish him.
What are you gonna do?
I have a tinder box and an oil flask.
Oh shit!
I am going to drop a Molotov cocktail on.
The fuck, John?
We need the ears! We need the ears!
I need the ears. I'm charred. Oh
I
well.
have more than enough
Yeah,
ears.
it's fine. It's his action. He can do what he
Just go chop,
wants.
go chop the ear off the sleeping one. We're fine.
Okay, so you actually just light this motherfucker up. Okay, so you take out your oil flask, remove that from your inventory because you're emptying that out on this poor fucker. As he's rolling around, you just like stay still as you're trying to fucking land it on the guy. And then you take out your tinder box as you're lighting him up, and he's still. And then he just fucking gets lit ablaze. He's gonna take. That's 9 points of fire damage.
Wow. And wouldn't have John had to roll for that? I'm just curious.
He could. It's natural environment damage, so I'm just kind of taking care of it.
All right, that's fine. I was curious.
It's not like a spell, so that one's kind of up for debate. He's still alive, but he is currently on fire.
Well, he might be stopped, dropping, and rolling.
And he's
poisoned.
Less of a giggle now and more of a scream laugh. Like,
This guy has all the problems. Holy
he's
shit.
having an incredibly bad 6 seconds of his life. So, anything else you want to do, John? That's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting.
Let's see. A bonus action. You know what? Let's see if I can do that as a bonus action.
Oh no.
It's an unarmed strike. I'm just gonna kick him.
Okay, roll for attack.
I got an 11. Let's see, plus my strength. 13.
Wait, does he
13?
get advantage because he's on the ground?
He does. He is prone. That's correct. Roll again.
Roll higher.
Yep, the 13 was the higher.
So as he's rolling around on fire, you go to kick him, and he just rolls right out of the way. Apparently resolute to stay alive just a little bit longer.
I'm trying to put you out of your misery, damn it!
All right, I think that's going to be your turn unless you want to move.
Nah, I'm getting a good view of it as it is.
All right.
It probably does not
Gamera.
smell good.
Gamera, you are up.
Okay.
I told you, he was going out in style.
He's going out in a blaze of glory.
Is it glory with the vomit and the laughing?
I mean, the blazing part, yes.
You're blazing
something.
now.
I come right here
Oh, no.
and I stab him.
You're just going to fucking stab him? Okay. Roll attack
At advantage.
with advantage.
I feel like we're bullies now.
I mean...
He's on the ground. You're kicking him.
You're lighting him on fire. You're making him puke.
I have a feeling we're gonna wind up with an alignment shift by the end of this.
If someone caught this on like a cell phone video, it'd be like one of those videos from like the Middle East during like the protests and riots.
Oh,
There's a
Yeah,
tiger in
I
the
got-
background.
Yeah.
I got 25 to hit.
That hits.
And I did 7 damage.
Okay. As he's just rolling around, John's trying to fucking stomp on his head. He can't hit him. Womble's just fucking laughing. He's rolling around, walking on fire and screaming. And then just the fucking bard walks up and he just kind of sits there with a dagger like one of those carnival games, just kind of waiting. And then just and just pokes his knife straight into the head. And the laughing just suddenly stops abruptly and the whole body just kind of rolls, but the head stays. And then it just goes slump. And there's just a burning corpse now in the middle of you guys.
You killed our fun!
Another one.
I don't have another oil flask to dump on another one.
What can I say except you're welcome?
Anything else you want to do, Gamera?
Gamer.
Gamer
girl.
Gamera.
Hot girl gamer.
I would like to inspire the goblin.
Okay. Well, is that a bonus action to do it?
I think it is bonus.
All right. You just play a little ditty.
Mhm.
Okay.
Something about
That's really
burning.
inspirational.
I really need to find like some good accordion music or some good fucking bagpipe music to like play for when Ryan's playing. All right.
Hold on, I got you. Give me 1 second.
It can wait.
We haven't been playing the music.
I just realized that actually.
There you go. Brad.
we definitely need to get a soundboard here.
Wait, whose turn's next?
1 second.
I'm only asking because I want to grab mail that's outside my door and go to the bathroom.
Oh, I see someone's playing it. Okay, fine. Background mic music, that's fine.
There you go.
You're not up for a while yet, Xanar. You're good. You can go.
All right.
Oh no, there's 2 people ahead of you. Sorry. Grognar, you are up.
Okay. I'm gonna try and jump down and attack this bastard who fell down here.
Wait, you have a crossbow, and you have the high ground.
But I'd rather use my sword. But all right, I'll shoot a crossbow bolt at him.
Saying, like, wouldn't he have advantage shooting from the high ground?
No, he'd have disadvantage because he's prone.
Yeah. So
Okay, my bad.
better to jump down and attack with my short sword instead.
Yeah, and I'll say it's easy enough for you to get back down the wall since you're using all your movement to do it. So just go ahead and roll with advantage.
I gotta equip
Ooh,
the
that
short
hurt.
sword.
I figured it was one of those Anakin Skywalker moments.
He's laying down though. So,
So that is a 21.
That hit. Roll damage plus sneak attack.
I'm actually pretty.
That
sad
is
about
13 damage.
Nicely done. All
I
right.
don't think I'll see him again ever.
Yeah, is you just dive down and you just stab your sword down into this thing's shoulder as it's like trying to get back up off the ground. It's pretty fucked up. Anything else for your turn there, Grognar?
Nope, that's all I got right now. Unless I
Alright.
can try to keep him pinned on the ground with my sword, but I think that's an action, not a bonus action.
Yeah, that'd be a bit extra. That'd be a grapple.
Yeah.
Snurp, you're up.
All right. Fiendish vigor, false life. That's a 4. So I had 8 temporary health.
Okay.
All right.
Fail, ignore the fact that Snurp just started chanting incoherent backward words next to you, and a little bit of purple light came out of his eyes, but it's okay.
It's just Satan. Don't worry about it.
All right. For my movement, that was my action. I'm gonna skitter down the tree and get as close to this rock as possible.
It'll take about 15 feet of movement to get down the wall.
Okay. So then I'll go halfway
Mm-hmm.
to the tree.
All right, go ahead. Or do you want me to move you?
15.
Nope, you got it. You can move one more if you want.
One more.
Back.
Welcome back.
Okay.
All right.
That's my
Anything
turn.
else, Snurp, or is that it?
That's it.
All right, Snurp is done. Xanar, good timing. You're back, and you're up.
Okay, cool. So let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20. I want to go here, and this guy's still sleeping, yeah?
Oh, yeah, he's out. He's out
Yeah,
cold.
I'm not attacking it, but what I am going to do is take the rope out of my inventory. I think I have a rope somewhere. Where is it? Give me a second. I'm trying to see. Hempen. Yeah, I do have rope, and I want to tie him up with it so that way, if he wakes up, he's restrained, or at the end of this, we can take him hostage.
All right, okay, so that's your action to tie him up. Let me think of how I want to do this. I guess just make a dexterity check to see how well you tie him up. Actually, make a survival. Survival seems like tying knots.
Okay. Oh, which dice? Like, this dice has been nice to me today, but it's gonna fucking fail. Oh, no, that's actually pretty decent. It's 17.
17? Okay. You managed to get a pretty good amount of knots around this thing. You have to kind of like roll him a few times carefully to get the rope underneath him, but you've got him pretty well, like almost hog-tied, but his legs are fine. You do have him tied up pretty good.
And, I just want to say, for the hell of it, like, I can't move anymore after that. Because it seems like it would take a little bit of time for me to get that done.
It's a full action to do it.
I understand. I'm just saying, I'll stay put.
Okay. Xanar is done. It's gonna be
I probably should remove the rope from my inventory for now.
I mean, yeah, unless you're not gonna get it back, but yeah, basically you can keep
Okay, you know what? I'll just keep it there unless it gets destroyed. How about that?
Right, that's what I kind of figure. This guy only has a couple of targets really available to him. No, Snurp is behind some debris. So he's just gonna fucking take shots at Xanar. He's the easiest target to hit. Even though that's like the conditionally least effective one to shoot at right now. Where did my fucking thing go?
And he does not get advantage because I did not do any reckless attack.
Okay, yeah.
You didn't recklessly tie the knot with that guy?
No, that only happens in Vegas, Azure.
Your AC again, Athlon?
14.
Okay, that one just hits. That one does not. Man, these guys are rolling shit. The first one, max roll though. That's 10 points of piercing down to 5.
Okay. And for the fuck of it, I'm just going to use Stone's Endurance. I've had it this whole time, and I haven't been using it.
Okay, you can do it as a reaction, I take it?
Yes, it is a reaction. So I use a 1d12, and then I add 2. I take no damage. It's a 9.
All right, the arrow kind of like comes towards you, and it kind of like lodges in your leg, and you just kind of like flex as hard as you can, and the arrowhead just kind of pops out. Cartoon style. I don't know. That was dumb. I'll think of something better next time.
I would
it's
be
like
okay
how
with
you take Stone's Endurance. Like, you get hit with something, and then you just it out.
Oh, dude. It hits his nipple, but his nipples are so hard, it doesn't even, like, pierce him.
Oh,
The arrow.
Everything about him is rock hard, including his nipples.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, those guys are dead, so they're not in the initiative order anymore. And now we're back to Womble.
Oh damn, we're getting through turns fast.
Mm-hmm.
I've had like 2 lightning quick.
You know, I'd like to ask though, Padley. One of the guy I'm attacking, did he get a turn or did I miss that?
He did.
Was he after me
attacked-
or before me?
He did, but then that's how he fell off the wall.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Not that I'm complaining.
Run out of tier 1 spells.
No, you're right. Actually, he didn't get a turn.
Oh.
No,
Because I climbed up, then he attacked, then I went down.
you're right. He did not get a turn. Thank you for that.
Damn it!
You
You stickler.
He's going to hop up, and then he's going to take a couple swings at you, Grognar. Thank you for the trouble.
Hopefully I don't die for this.
Yeah, but I do appreciate the honesty. First one's going to. What's your AC again?
12.
Oh, they both hit.
Grognar's gonna die for being honest.
This is what honesty gets you, my loyal little
I'm
shitty.
chaotic good though. I can't lie.
It's 5 points of piercing and then 3 points of piercing.
Okay, I'm still alive.
And then he's gonna kind of look you up and down, get a little bit panicked, and then he's gonna try to bolt. You can reaction hit him if you want.
Yes, I do.
All right, roll for attack.
That is a 20.
A 20 that hits.
Nat?
Non-natural, I take it.
Non-natural.
Okay, roll for damage.
That is 7 points of damage.
Okay. Is that really? All
Get
right.
back here.
As he goes to kind of turn around to try to take a run, you just sort of like dive onto his back, grab his shoulder, take the short sword, and just jam it into his spine, and you go down with him, and you drop him to the ground. You got him dead.
Asshole.
That
I'd
is
like
their...
to point out for the record, Grognar just took 8 points of honesty damage.
He did.
But I got the kill for it, so it's all worth it.
That right there is DM karma, is what that is. It will impact you in a good way. Womble, you are up.
Yeah, it's me. I'm gonna run over here. 1, that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I'm gonna. Ooh,
Yeah, he's far away in the tree.
I got no spells left. Oh, yeah.
You can
Do I
take,
have any?
you can take
item?
a dash action.
Oh, I'm gonna learn from the best, and oh wait, I'm gonna learn from the best and end my turn there. No, wait, no, I will take my dash action, and I'll end here.
Okie dokie. He's asleep. Phelan, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna take another shot at the other guy across the way again. And I'm determined to kill him.
Roll with disadvantage.
Just like I was determined to kill my person.
I wasted a 19, damn it. A natural 19, but I got a 19.
All right, roll damage.
7.
All right. As these arrows and these bolts have just been flying back and forth, and now it's just been bolt after bolt after bolt going back over there. Phelan's getting all sorts of fucking pissed off. She lines up one final shot there, and she kind of braces herself in the tree. It goes flying across the way there. It nailed this guy right in his shoulder as he's reaching back for another one, and he kind of starts to fall out of the tree. And then it lands on the ground motionless about at the base of the tree.
Nice. That makes me happy.
And for the sake of this, combat's pretty much over. You guys got about like 30, 40 seconds before that dude wakes up.
I'm gonna run over.
Everyone grab the corpses and put them in front of him.
I'm gonna run over, like kick the spear away from him or whatever it was that he had.
Does he have a shield?
What kind of gear does he have?
He's packing. What do you have, Boyle? I think he's packing just. He's got some makeshift plate mail. That spear It looks like he had a pretty gnarly knife on his belt and a longbow, which is now on the floor, and some arrows across his back.
I'm gonna take all the weapons away.
All right, you just sort of like take them all and you quickly flurry, like just.
He's not awake yet, and I'm doing this for humor. So
I want to run over here and grab the corpse and drag it over.
I had to break for a second there because my dog was having an absolute fucking
I
moment.
noticed. What were you saying, John?
I would like to dump one
Barrow, you cut out there.
I would like to, while he is sleeping, before he wakes up, dump a full bag of pink berries in his mouth and hold his mouth shut so he swallows.
Now, you cooked those all.
I still have 3 bags.
Really?
You only cooked one, or did you cook all of them?
I still have 3 cooked bags, and I still have 1 uncooked bag.
Ooh. So which bag are you pouring in his mouth?
Uncooked.
Okie dokie. You pour those down his gullet. You kind of do that thing where you hold the dog's mouth shut so that they take pills.
I will go ahead and remove the last bag of uncooked.
All right. He has now ingested a full bag of pink berries. And I'll say, what were you doing, Xanar?
I was grabbing the corpse that landed up here and dragging it over as fast as I can.
I think you could do that in the amount of time required. So you managed to drag the corpse of that archer over, kind of stilted up on a couple crossbow bolts stuck into him. Grognar, what are you doing?
I didn't hear any of that, so I am gonna drag the corpse back with me.
I did yell it. I don't know if he would have heard it.
Yeah,
I heard it. It's pretty quiet in this grove now that everything's done with combat.
But I'm hurt, so I'm just kind of like not taking my time to drag it back.
Yeah, I'd say around the time that Phelan, are you just sort of sitting up in the tree, or are you getting down?
Yeah, I'm coming down.
All right. As you're walking up, and you guys see Grognar coming in with the corpse, as those good berries get shoved down the gullet of this gnoll, and he's kind of like holding his mouth shut, you hear it swallow, and then all of a sudden.
I back up with the weapons.
Well, that was my basic thought. He's not getting away alive anyway. There's no reason to be pleasant after what he did to Snurp.
Mm-hmm.
He starts thrashing against the cables a little bit, but it seems that the rope's holding.
Maybe if we bring him back with us and they take him prisoner, we can get more of a reward.
I douse him with oil.
Hey!
Do you actually, Womble? I just want to know.
I do douse him with oil.
Okay, he's sitting there growling, and now he's just barking. He's just...
And when he does that, I go over and grab the charred corpse if it's not on fire anymore.
It's still smoldering. It's still going.
I put out the fire.
Okay, that's going to take you a little bit, but...
I'm going to start cutting off the ears of the gnolls that, aren't on fire.
Okay.
I dragged one right there.
You're going to get... Are you taking both ears?
No, just the left ones, just like we were doing it before.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3... Yeah, you managed to get 3 of them pretty well. The crispy one, the ears are a little crunchy. Fire.
I start looking for my javelin.
Take the head.
Make an investigation check there, Ryan, if you could.
Is that a 20?
Yeah,
may as well take the head. Okay.
With the ear still attached, by the way. So just well, we got this one. The ear's kind of crispy.
What am I adding to that, Padley?
Investigation.
That is a 20.
Oh, yeah, you have no problem with it. It takes you a little bit because it kind of got wedged behind a rock, but you do manage to get it lodged, and you manage to get your javelin back.
I start crying on how happy I am, and I start playing my bagpipe.
Okay, you guys start hearing. This is an old. If he was a little bit smarter, he'd be very confused.
So, Padley, at the request of my party, instead of taking the ear of the charred one, I'm going to take the head. Can I add a charred gnoll head to my inventory?
Yeah, it takes a little while for you guys to get him stomped out, basically. But once he does get out,
assistance, it would be faster.
Yeah, it smells fucking awful. All of the fur is burnt off. It's pretty grotesque, but and it takes you a little bit with a big dagger to really saw through that neck, but you can behead it and put extra crispy gnoll head into your inventory.
Okay.
Along with
Exqua?
3 left null ears.
Extra crispy.
Okay, I got it. Quispy. Got it.
The big bad was kind of still sitting in the middle, just kind of snapping and rolling and getting pissed that Womble's just slowly pouring oil on him.
Now I got it.
He's not even noticing me just chopping off ears from his buddies.
Oil poured on him, and he's pretty pissed. You don't know. He just seems a little feral.
I'm gonna put one of my pristine human scalps on my head.
I forgot that you had that.
Never
Discord
forget.
died again.
Ah,
There goes Chris again, or was that us?
No, his Discord died again.
cheese more,
Bye, Chris.
cheese more.
You do you well.
He's
God
just,
damn it!
he's just dead.
God
You'll be
damn it!
vaguely missed.
He connecting through computer.
I think.
He must be.
Maybe you
remember-
can try like with phone or something if he has the app on his phone.
Or through the browser, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah, that could maybe.
he actually
I
used
don't
to
know.
use the browser.
I have returned it.
Just
Welcome back.
scream
Hey,
really loudly.
Welcome
hey,
back.
we're just
Everything.
trying to brainstorm here if there's like a better way for you to connect. Like if you had like phone, if you had the app on your phone or through the browser, maybe.
I'm trying to get it to check for updates, but it's not checking for updates.
Well, back to Womble and the scene that's going on. What's up? You're just pouring oil. You empty your oil flask. He's still rolling around, getting pissed at you guys.
I assume
Well-
the corpse is no longer burning since he got the head.
No, the corpse is out. You guys managed to stomp him out pretty good.
I dragged the charred corpse here, not too far away from him.
Okay.
Okay, but I put my pristine human scalp on my head, and I ask,
Can I set him on fire?
Not yet, not yet.
You never let me have any fun.
Grognar thought you were having a lot of fun there. I start looting the bodies too that we have in the pile.
Okay.
Just oiling people up doesn't have any fun in it for me anymore.
Make an investigation check, Grognar.
I want to help him.
Okay, make
Oh,
it.
shit.
But,
Or not.
he's disconnected
he's
again.
gone again.
Okay.
Damn, dude.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to hand Womble my tinder box with a smile and say, just give it back when you're done.
Gah.
That is a terrible idea.
Let's let Chris get back.
Hey, I don't want my rope burned.
Too late.
Are you back, Chris?
You can buy more. I should not be in.
How does he have so many difficulties with this? I've never met anyone who has that many problems with Discord.
And yet, here I am.
Man.
I'm helping you with your investigation, by the way.
Roll with advantage on investigation, please.
You know, it's been like 4 years, and I still remember I'm the reason we use Discord, kind of, but not maybe completely.
Did you say with advantage?
Mm-hmm.
That didn't help. I got a 3.
I feel like
Oh,
shit.
Nice.
With? Holy shit.
Do you even know where you are, Ragnar?
One of the longbows got snapped, so that's completely useless. He had a couple arrows left. You could scrounging the few archers, you could add another bundle of arrows if someone wants it.
I'll take it.
Okay, Phelan, you can add some arrows to your inventory. Looking at the gear that they had kind of sprawled about, it's pretty obvious that the main piece of attraction here would have been the equipment of the main guy. His armor looks a little odd, like it wouldn't really fit any of you guys. It's not really kind of like a traditional plate mail. You could get scrap out of it.
I want to wear it.
I would assume also the
Snurp.
weapons that Snurp took away is something we could add to our inventory.
Yes.
Meanwhile,
Snurp-
I'm just holding it like right up close to my chest, like our arms around it, like look at my prize.
Snurp is clutching to his chest a very, maybe about like a 7 or 6 foot long, almost like ebony black with like a red trailing, like almost like cord that kind of spirals down the length of it. And the head of it is another black, like pure black spear tip with red trim to it. It seems hefty and it feels good and it looks very high quality for some dipshit like this to be holding on to. So red spear ? Can be added to your inventory until you get a chance to look at it a little bit more deeply.
See, I hear pole vault when I see this.
I am deeply offended by that remark.
I do not hear Cheesemore, and I am concerned.
No, I'm still here.
Oh, thank God.
I'm looking through Discord to see if there's some setting I can change.
Oh. You do find... Oh, I had it up earlier. Where did it go? Oh, you do manage to find a couple more short swords that you could add to your inventory from before. These things didn't have much money on them. You just found like... Well, actually, yeah, you didn't really find any money on them. They didn't seem to have much use for wealth from what you could tell. You find a few more scalps along the belt of the knoll if you wanted to add those to your equipment, Womble or something like that. Only other thing of note was that there would be a couple more little wads of paper wadded into this guy's belt that's currently rolling around on the ground, but you can't really get to them because he's still wobbling around.
And he had a longbow as well. The big.
He did have a longbow that is currently kicked away. Yeah.
Oh, I grabbed that too.
Okay, you can add the longbow. The longbow seems sturdily built, but it does seem like it's just a normal longbow.
Yeah, I grabbed the longbow. I grabbed the arrows. I grabbed the dagger.
Yep, I think Phelan took the arrows.
Oh. Okay, you can have the arrows. Fine. That's
I
fine.
don't know how many arrows there are, but I'll split them.
Well, I don't use arrows anyway, so here you go.
How many?
I think it's just a normal pack. Like I think you can get them in packs.
Yeah, the quiver is 20.
Yeah, so it's another quiver of 20.
Okay.
I was kind of interested in getting a longbow, but if other people have more benefit to it, that's fine. I think I have a proficiency in simple and martial weapons. Does that include ranged weapons?
Yeah. I think a longbow is a martial weapon.
Okay.
This guy is still rolling around on the ground in front of you, still trying to break free. He's really struggling here.
Can I see his arms? Like, are they poking through the rope or anything?
It's like kind of like if you had your arms down at your sides and the rope was like tied all around your torso so that you can't really move your hands much. So you can see his hands and his shoulders.
I got manacles. Can I put him in them?
Oh, not with the way the rope's tied right now.
This is not smart.
I'm gonna raise my hand, preparing to cast an Eldritch Blast at him.
Yeah, why are we taking a prisoner?
Oh, we're not. We're just bullying him before he dies.
Don't torture the poor thing. Just kill it.
And
my logic is,
if
we are able to communicate with that means we could bring them back with us, and we can determine locations of other Knoll camps. And we might be able to get a greater reward if we are able to present them a live Knoll who looks like is their captain.
Okay, so what language do Knolls speak? Do they speak Goblin?
No.
Make a nature check, Phelan.
Where's my...
You people.
16.
From what you know about Knolls, just in general from your travels, there's like basically not much who talk about interacting with them. They seem to stick very much to their own kind, and in fact, from you remember, you can never remember anyone actually having communicated with them to any success.
If no one stops me, I'm casting Eldritch Blast.
I want to just set him on fire.
Hey, I told Wom to borrow my tinderbox for a moment. Let me light him up.
Just
I don't think anyone stopped Snurp, so I don't know who's doing what first.
Well, I'm casting.
I'm gonna dash in front of him. I'm dashing in front of this Eldritch Blast.
Make an initiative check.
What?
A what check?
Make an initiative roll, Snurp. And Womble.
Oh, that is
looks like I'm fast today.
15.
22.
like Knolls taking an Eldritch Blast to the face.
Okay, roll an attack, Snurp.
Would I be able to, if he jumps in front of me, am I able to move it away and like fire it at the ground?
Yeah, you could draw it off.
Okay, I do that then.
So as you're kind of lining up there, Womble just dives in front of it. You just sort of raise your hand at the last second, and this purple bolt of like energy just goes flying into the air.
Why you do that?
I want to set him on fire.
Wait,
Hey,
so did
guess it-
Womble move?
Yeah,
Because I want to be standing where Womble is right now before we light him on fire.
that's fine. Womble moved to dodge to dive over there.
Just
All right, so I get in front of the knoll. I get eye level with him. I just give him a little slap, and I point to my eyes real quick, like motioning to look at me.
Yeah.
And then I point to all the other knoll corpses on the ground. The one beheaded, the one missing their left ear. I pull out my dagger and just place it right over his left ear.
Make an intimidation check.
No advantage.
It's the DC is dropping.
Okay. Okay, hang on. 13.
13. Kind of rolls around. He kind of stops for a second as you take the knife to his ear, and he just stares you right in the eye. As you look into his eyes, it looks a little bit less like a person and a little bit more like a dog or like a cornered wolf. It's an animalistic kind of like growl, like snarl kind of look. And you don't really see that much intelligence in there beyond, at this point, this thing, even if it was normally able to kind of walk around and communicate with its kind, it right now is in a purely feral, like fatalistic endgame scenario.
Okay.
But it does stop for a second.
While this is going on, I'm just going to
Alright.
examine this little outgrowth.
I'm gonna
thingy,
kick
whatever.
him prone then.
Okay.
And keep my foot on him if I'm successful.
Okay, just make a strength check.
Okay. Assume I'm no longer raging.
Stop playing and just kill him.
I have a side question as well.
Mm-hmm.
Is it? Never mind.
20
I'll
total.
side message you.
Okay.
20 total.
20 total? Okay. You manage to plant your foot down on his back as he's face down, and you just hold him down. He's still squirming, trying to get away.
Alright, then I guess I'm gonna take out my maul and then mercy kill him as if I can.
You got two really pissy little dudes at you. Are you guys going to do anything about this? You guys can challenge him with initiative if you're going to get in the way.
I'm gonna set this thing on fire before he does that.
I have my foot
I'm just
on
looking at
him.
I'm just looking at this weird platform thing up here.
I have my foot on him.
Your foot's gone. It's gone.
Xanar and Womble make initiative checks. Grognar, as you look at this pedestal, it looks as if it's pretty fucking old. And looking around, there's a whole bunch of runic marks on the ground. You can't really decipher what their intent or meaning might be. But at the very center, it seems to be there is like a sort of like a raised dais, like a sort of like almost like a platform, maybe about 2 feet tall, that kind of looks as if it has a slot in it, maybe about 6 or 7 feet wide, maybe about 3 or 4 inches deep. You kind of surmise it might have been where the spear probably was at one point. You can't really decipher too much about the ruins themselves. You don't really understand the language, I don't think. What languages do you speak?
Abyssal, Dwarvish, Undercommon, Common.
Okay, nope.
It definitely looks elven.
By the way, my initiative roll was 11.
What was yours, Womble?
19.
Okay. Xanar, as you're sitting there about to bring down your maul, all of a sudden Womble just fucking takes out a tinderbox and just fucking strikes right over this oil, and it just lights up. Immediately, the fucking knoll just starts and just gets snuffed out.
Am I able to react to get away from it before it burns me?
No. You're going to take about 4 points of burning damage.
Sacrifice was well worth it.
As your foot's kind of caught on fire and you kind of jump back. You aren't still on fire, but you do take some fire damage. And this Knoll is just rolling around, and he is dead. He is turning Quispy.
All right, well, that's.
I see the
happening.
fire, and I run back and try to put the fire out after he dies.
I take out the long sword and cut off his head, so that way we can try to salvage that as well.
Okay. After you wait for a little bit for the fire to go out, and then you just start carving this one up too, you can add another really Quispy Knoll head.
I look at Womble. And I start turning white.
In a good way or like a ghost?
Question, Padley.
Yeah?
You said there were metal scraps laying. Gather.
His armor was chunks of yeah, sorry, Rhea. If you want to interject, you can interject. I know everyone's always talking, but you can jump in if you want to intervene.
And is this the leader?
It's kind of too late at this point.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, the one that you were chopping up was the leader.
Can I just add a note that this was the leader?
I mean, at this point, you have no idea. Like, it's just a crispy Knoll head.
A very nice
former leader.
I mean,
What is seriously wrong with you?
You cut out there.
What is wrong with you?
I was about to get to that. Very close.
No, I mean, you guys set him on fire while he was still alive.
I was going to mercifully kill him, and you had to do that.
He attacked us when we were still alive.
The bastard almost killed Snurp.
In combat, that's one thing, but you had him bound. Just slit his throat or smash his skull. Kill him quickly.
That reminds me, I need to
set him on
remove
fire.
I need to remove this rope. There's no way I'm getting that back.
Now you do.
Your rope is burnt.
You could add an extra Quispy rope.
I can add ashes.
I think that'd be more appropriate at this point. All right.
But can I just ask Padley real quick? You said that the slit in the pedestal was the spear. What spear?
The slit in the pedestal looks like it's about the same size and shape as the spear that now Snurp is clutching to his chest very lovingly, possibly looking like he's practicing out some pole vaulting moves. You're a little confused.
Okay, that's what I was confused on.
Okay.
And while I still have the longsword, I'm gonna put it next to Womble's head, and then I'm gonna slap him with the side of it.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So
I thought that's what we do.
So as this happens, I'm gonna like lean in behind Womble and kind of whisper to him while I'm still like turning white. Maybe he should have shot you in the face. And then I'm gonna start walking over this way. I'm gonna start turning back to blue.
Damn.
I'm going to follow Grognar up to the pedestal.
I feel like
I just am kind of like nudging him to like follow me and just get him to look at it with me.
What
I'm kind of interested in the pedestal as well.
Can you read?
What languages do you guys know?
The languages I know are common.
Common and
You cut out. Common and what?
Draconic.
Draconic.
Xanar?
Common giant.
Nope. And Snurp?
Same as the lizard.
Nope. What do you know, Ryan?
Draconic. I think that's pretty much it.
Nope. Womble, do you know any fancy languages?
Common, Goblin, and Orc.
Nope.
I have
Alan, what do
Elvish.
you know?
I have
Elvish?
Elvish and Sylvan.
Oh, I know primordial too.
Okay.
It's probably Celestial.
I'll be perfectly honest. If something's best not.
I'm surprised none of you guys know this language. None of you guys have any fucking idea what the fuck the ruins on the floor actually say. It's a very interesting, weird, arcane old pattern. None of you guys can really identify it that well.
Is there any magic about this area?
I wanted to sketch it.
That's what I'm gonna do.
You have no idea, Xanar, but you can ask one of your buddies to kind of feel about.
I can help.
Well, I am. I do have proficiency in Arcana.
Oh,
I'd like to make a copy of it.
what? Do you have pen and paper, or how are you taking a copy of it?
I have parchment and quill and ink or charcoal.
Okay,
Or-
make a performance check as you sit there and try to record what you see here.
I will help her.
Make it with advantage. Yeah, you guys can do a little art project. Womble, you said you were going to try to feel for magic stuff?
I got the same roll.
I did.
Xanar.
Xanar did. I thought that you said you were going to help him.
I will help him because I am also proficient in
I
Arcana.
got 17.
Snurp, make an Arcana check then. For 17, you have a decent enough scribbling of some of these runes, although some of the meaning might be lost. It's kind of hard to recreate the patterns exactly, but you can put down that you do have like a decent enough drawing of the runes.
And wait, I said I was gonna be doing the Arcana, but I can give Snurp advantage instead.
By the nature of your character, you don't know diddly about magic, I don't think, unless you're proficient.
Yeah, I do have proficiency in Arcana.
Oh, you are proficient, then yes, you can help him. Okay.
Okay, so you're helping me?
Yeah.
All right, well, the first one was an 18. The second one was less. Okay, 18.
Just kind of taking a little bit to like read the scene between the two of you as you kind of walk around to the place. It feels like there's remnants, but it also feels like, I guess the right word would be dusty, like old, like faded.
From a before time. Is that what you mean?
Maybe. Or it just might be depleted or something. It feels like it's like a dim light bulb. I think actually too, we're going to then call it there for the night as you guys are up there. Also, I will say too, you guys can go ahead and level up to 3.
Yay!
So now level 3, just as a note for the newer players, you will be picking like a path that might take a little while, but also remember for health, make sure you remember to roll that and add that in your manual health, okay?
Okay.
Totally not confusing.
And it already added the Constitution modifier, right? Whenever you
Yeah.
level up.
Yeah, just worry about the manual roll. Ryan, I can help you out if you want really quick.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
I'd take that. That's a +9.
Ryan, go to your manage character sheet or whatever.
Yep.
Chris, whenever you get back in, you can level up too, but it's okay.
Chris, come back.
If it doesn't work, I can let him know.
Okay.
I am up to 38 hit points now.
All right, Pat. I need you to move this server for me.
Control.
Chris, you do love. I was just saying to everyone. I don't know if you heard that we are leveling up to 3 now.
Yeah, we're all leveling up to 3, and everyone remember when you roll die, and then it cut out.
Yeah, when you're rolling health, reroll 1s.
I already know what path I'm taking, so this one was quick for me.
Same.
Okay, so Ryan, go back to the spot where you manage levels on your character sheet. I wonder if I can share your screen here.
I am already there.
Can you share your screen with me?
I should.
Like maybe Skype screen
Ezra,
or
you were saying something?
That's
Could you
all
move
my
this to
form.
US Central?
I'm sorry?
Could you move the server over to US Central?
Can I? Is that something I have the ability to do?
Yes. You are king.
And I have no problem with moving it if that's I'll do it after this though. I don't want to screw up the session at the moment.
It's only a small blip on the radar. It's
I
just
can't-
like
Why is dude? Look at Ryan's stream. Why is it like this?
What?
why is it like that?
What?
Oh my god, it did that
It's so dark.
yesterday. It did that yesterday.
Let me send you a picture, Ryan, just so you can get an appreciation for how fucking weird this looks.
Yeah, I'm gonna move the server
Like,
when we're
if
done
I-
here today.
If I mouse over it, it shows like it's normal colors, but
That's no colors for me.
Yeah, what the fuck? The backdrop's fine, but like when you open it up, it's all fucking cockamamie. What the fuck?
All right. So I'm gonna try it again. Nope. Still fucked up.
Ryan, what kind of fucking black magic did you sacrifice into your computer?
I don't know. Aaron gave me updated stuff and it turned my thing to shit. I don't know.
Here, stop the stream and then restart it. See if that fixes it.
That's not gonna
No,
work.
it
was
isn't. It's
looking
probably
like that
due to some
exactly
sort of hardware
yesterday.
acceleration. That just is maybe color format converting. I don't know.
Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a level 3 bard, and I'm going to try to figure this out alongside him because I'm pretty sure we're fucked otherwise.
Billing a gift
Call.
for a server boost. Hype Squad. Voice and video overlay notifications.
So you guys have fun tonight?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Apologies,
Definitely a great
little bit
session.
grungy.
I feel a little bad now that people attacked my idea of setting the last guy on fire.
I like the idea.
Hey,
I gave you the tinderbox to make it happen.
hey,
This fucking party, my god, really hope that you don't run into like a deity judging you at gates or something.
Okay, here, stop sharing for a moment if you're still sharing.
He's not.
Okay, I'm gonna change the server so if there's a blip, you'll know why.
Mhm.
I'm changing it to US Central.
You know, honestly, like the thing about Discord is one thing it handles well is server changes.
Okay, I'm hitting
That's
it
the
now.
one thing. Oh yeah, be amazed. Did you see that? Did you see that? That was it. Bam, we're done.
All right, we're in
Better.
US Central now.
Okay, so Ryan,
Thing.
Ryan.
Yeah.
So are you on manage levels?
Yes.
Okay. Did you change to level 3?
No.
Okay, change to level 3.
All right.
I'd also like you to hit manage HP.
All right.
Now roll a D8 for me.
D8.
Reroll a 1.
I got a 3.
Okay, so add 3 to that leftmost HP number that's on there, would you?
The rolled HP?
Yeah, what's it currently?
It's at 10.
So change that to 13
All right.
and hit apply.
All right.
Now that that's done, you are going to have to take a little bit of time to read up on. You're going to get expertise, which means that you get 2 skills to be proficient in, but you also get a bard college. This will take you a little bit to read up on, and I actually recommend you take a little bit of time to check to see which one of these would really work for you.
Okay.
They just have different perks and different like changes that they do to your character as you go along.
Okay.
I don't really see anything for getting my 3rd level.
As a
Let me check
wizard?
these notes.
It's under class, right?
Yeah. Are you good then, Ryan? Do you think it can handle reading up on the bard classes?
Do I have to worry about ability scores or anything like that?
Nothing, not yet. No. This one's the level 3 is really important for just picking your school as a bard, and then also make sure too that if you go to your spells when you're done, you pick more spells if you have more available.
Right. Okay, then yeah, I should be good after that.
Awesome. Okay. Anyone else need help, or is everyone else good?
I'm good.
Thing that's confusing is understanding the hit points. That was the confusing part for me.
Yeah, hit points are a little wonky.
I think I get it now. It's not about traditions or anything new for me. It's about getting new level 2 spells and more level 1 casts.
Not to give away details in advance, Pilot, but because Cheese will be here next week, are we near a town?
Basically what will happen is I'll probably have Grognar just sort of be following the group until a convenient reason for him to be gone.
Also,
it's
we
no-
were talking about the possibility of having it on a different day.
Oh, okay.
I'm busy Wednesday. I could maybe do Monday.
I should be fine with any day of the week as long as I don't have anything come up for work.
Anybody
I'm
hurting
good
on
Monday.
Monday? Okay.
I'm good whenever.
Okay. Anybody
I'm not
hurting on a
bored.
Monday?
I might be able to make Monday work. I'll know more within the next day or two if I can make that work.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
No,
we'll,
Sunday might
we'll
also
stay
be
in
an
touch
option.
throughout the week and try to figure it out.
Yeah, I just
so-
know Tuesday is definitely a no-go because I found out I'm going to be till work till probably at the earliest 11 p.m., which will not make
What the fuck are they doing to you?
Jesus, why?
inventory.
What's
Yep.
next? Are they gonna probe your
I
butt?
hate inventory.
Jesus.
So, if anyone has any issues with Monday, let's figure let's figure for now. Next week, starting Monday, we'll be doing Mondays around 5:30 starting. Is that okay with everyone?
Well, I only am missing next week.
And
Tuesday.
Well,
5:30
but Azur's
Central.
looking for. You're missing every day next week, right?
I'm saying next
What?
week was the week we were thinking about just switching to Monday and then going back to
Yeah.
Tuesday after it.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I thought that would be the case.
So Chiefs didn't miss out.
I thought that you had Tuesdays locked up forever. Okay, so next
No.
week, Monday, we will have the session on, or split. Next week we'll have the session on Monday, but then we'll go back to Tuesdays. That's the plan.
Yes,
Yeah,
if I can
cool with
if I can swing Monday, which I think I can.
Okay,
Oh,
we'll do that.
Jesus. I'm tired on Mondays though. I'm not busy, but
I'm tired on Mondays too, Azure, but we'll
Have
make
a
it work.
coffee. We're all fucking tired on Mondays.
Ah,
Okay,
you're lucky I like you guys.
are we? I'm kidding, Asher. We love
Ooh,
I
you.
could
I
take
got
all my
3
pogs
rages
and leave
now.
any day. All my pogs that I throw down.
I'm happy. I have 3 rages now.
I don't know how pogs
I
were
have so
played.
many more spells. This is gonna be fun.
I have so many more things I get to throw at you.
I-
This is gonna be so much fun.
I don't know any level 2
Next level,
spells.
next level, my character finally starts to take the odd turn.
The what?
Level 4, I get my character the build I was working on, multi classes.
Ooh.
Oh, I didn't know you were gonna go down that route.
Uh huh.
Oh.
It's called.
All right.
I'm very interested.
I'm going to bail because I'm tired as poop and I want to get some stuff done.
All right. Well, thank you for it,
Yeah.
Badly.
That was a really
Thanks,
fun
Bradley.
session.
Yeah, you guys did good. That was a fun one. That was a fun match.
Talk to y'all later.
Yep.
Yeah, see you
All right,
guys.
take care,
Yeah.
guys.
I won't be lighting any more people on fire.
That's a lie.
Disappointing.
Yeah.